Well, hello everyone and welcome to the party. Tonight is the first night of a whole new campaign on Friday nights. With me as your DM and these amazing human beings all around me as the players. My name is Sean, and I will be running the game tonight with these awesome people. This is the first time I've been on a stream in like a month and a half, so I'm kicking a little bit of rust off. So let's just start by going around and saying hello to all of the people and doing introductions. And then I will do all the other announcement bits. And we'll start with Leona.
Hello, my name is Leona. You can find me on Twitter at the Leona Maple, and today I am playing Dranela Haven Eyes, our Glacia Tiefling Hexblade Warlock. Oh, that's a lot to say.
Yes. Nice. Chris.
What's up, everybody? The Chris Herzog on all social media, Judah Killer here on Twitch, and today I am playing Ratspear Nofum, Goblin Wizard.
Yes. Shin.
Hi, I'm Sin. You may have seen me on New to the Party's Hyperdrive campaign, also occasionally here on Welcome to the Party. Tonight, not tonight, for the rest of the campaign, really, hopefully. I'm playing Caden. He's a Tiefling Warlock.
Awesome. Don.
What's up, everybody? I am Don. I am Jago, and tonight I will be playing Calder, who is a Tiefling of Levistus and a Paladin of Lathander.
So many things. Smurf.
So many things.
Hi, everybody. I'm Smurf. You've seen me here before. Tonight, I am playing Valmarir, a.k.a. Angel. He is a variant tiefling, and right now, he's just a fighter.
Noise. Michelle.
Hi, I'm Michelle Ealing. You find me on Twitter at Michelle Ely, or mostly in our Discord. You've seen me here on mini side quests, and of course as Jovra on our Rifts game. I am playing Lorana Morlin, a half-elf grave cleric.
Amazing. Okay, so to start off, Black Lives Matter, and everyone should realize that. And that is why we are fundraising for the BailProject. As many of you know, there's a lot of insanity happening in the United States right now around the death of an African-American gentleman. And so now we have lots of really problematic shit going on in the country. Problematic shit that's been welling up for years. And hopefully this time, we'll get to some sort of more justice-based resolution. As a part of that, we are supporting the BailProject. The BailProject works on overturning the for-profit bail system in the United States and subverting it by directly paying for people's bail to help get them out of jail. Because many people sit in jail because they don't have enough money to pay bail. And especially now in a time of civil unrest when lots of important voices are getting locked up, it's the most important time to make sure that they stick around and can share their voice as we move this process forward. So throughout the course of the next week, all of our streams will be raising money for the BailProject. There is a big cherry red button down there in the Twitch land in the About section because they changed everything. Also that, and if you also do !Tiltify, I think, or BailProject, !BailProject, you will get the donation link. Also, as you can see, we are supporting Black Lives Matter throughout this as well, and there's a number of resources that you can go check out, and we're going to be doing that for the course of this unrest. Is unrest the right word? I feel unrested. Yeah.
I think revolution's a better word.
I hope so. Yeah.
I agree with that one.
Yeah.
Viva la revolution.
Yeah. A couple of other quick notes before we get started. We are, of course, brought to you by Roll20, and in fact, this module was donated by Roll20 for us to play through, and so we're really excited about that. Thank you so much to Roll20, our sponsor, for a long time now, and they're also helping with they're doing some giveaways tomorrow with our show Waverly Place. I'm sorry, not Waverly Place, Waverly Summer 1998.
Waverly Summer.
Yeah. Waverly Place is actually a movie that happened a long time ago, like in the 80s, I think.
It was also a Disney Channel show.
Yes.
Oh, maybe that's what it was. Yeah.
This is a Waverly Place.
Yeah. Isn't that where Selena Gomez got her big break?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's what it was. Yeah.
Are you sure
Uh,
this is kind of boring?
I don't remember. Jesus, it's been years ago. So, yeah, we're giving away Tales from the Loop and some other stuff tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern. So you should come check that show out as well. But the entire week we'll be raising money for the Bail Project, and Waverly will be doing it, I think, for the whole season. We will be switching over to another charity in 1 to 2 weeks called the Hope Project. Is that right? What is it called? Is a Project Hope or something like that. It's about it is a charity for sexual assault and for sexual assault survivors and
Joyful Heart Foundation.
the
Sorry to
Joyful Heart
interrupt.
Foundation, because we're also like, you know, super into subverting the whole problematic issues with D&D by supporting amazing charities. And so before all of the recent problems had started, we agreed to go help out the Joyful Heart Foundation, but we thought it would be more timely at the moment to help the more pressing issue, we think, with the recent revolting. But good revolting. It's like a positive revolting. It's not revolting. It's... I don't even know what I'm saying. I haven't been on stream for a month and a half. I'm all nervous and shit. All right, so yeah, we're brought to you by Roll20, and of course also we So Nerdware, which is where you can find all of our amazing merch and get 10% off by using the code WELCOME. And then last but not least, we are also brought to you by Tabletop Loot, your place for fine online dice, where you can go get 15% off your next purchase of dice by using the code WTTPDICE, I think. Somebody do an exclamation point, whatever it is, with the subby things. Cool. So, did I miss any announcements? Discord and Patreon. Check them out. They're amazing. You should help us. Hey, D and Dumbass, thank you for the $20 donation to the Bail Project. That is amazing. Woo!
Thank you, Colleen. Thank you so much.
Amaze. So we're just a couple of technical notes before we get started. This is our first D&D stream in a long time, and the first time I've been streaming in a little bit. I am the production manager for Welcome to the Party, and so I also test different streaming platforms for us to use, and we're moving away from Zoom, probably because they're super shitty about their security. And so right now we're testing out Google Meetings or Google Meet. And using their closed captioning, which also seems pretty great so far, because it actually gives everyone's name in a single box, which is what I'm told by accessibility advocates is actually the preferable way to do closed captions, and we hadn't had a good way to do it until now. So let me know if things sound weird, if they look weird, if you are having a less than awesome streaming experience, because we're doing this to play for you and for us. So, yeah, let us know as we test out this new platform what you think of what we're doing. And with that, is everybody ready to start a new campaign?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Yay.
God damn it, Smurf.
Oh my god. All right, I'm starting. Uldar Ravengard, Grand Duke of Baldur's Gate and one of the 4 leaders of the city, has taken our adventurers under his wing, forming from them a party of operators. Folks who can get things done outside the regimented Order of the Flaming Fist, the mercenary company ran by Ravengard that's responsible for the defense of Baldur's Gate. Thus, it is our adventurers find themselves sitting in an inn 10 days' ride from their homes, in Elturel, a kingdom with a long history of rivalry with Baldur's Gate, and the home of the Companion, a giant glowing orb that floats over the city, bathing it in the holy light of Lathander, day and night. Ravengard and crew are here to try and find a way to work with their erstwhile opponents to combat a larger threat, the Dragon Cult, which has been raiding up and down the Corinthar Valley and, should their plans come to fruition, pose a huge threat to both realms. Here it is our adventure begins. In mid-morning, under the glare of 2 suns, sitting in the public room of the Pair of Black Antlers Tavern, as the party waits for the outcome of a meeting between Ravengard, Ontharr Froom, Paladin of the Order of the Gauntlet, and Gideon Lightward, leader of the Hellriders, Elturel's elite unit of holy warriors. Soon enough, the three figures come walking out of the back room, each with determination etched across the face, and while two of them eye you a little suspiciously and move by, Ravengard pulls in a chair and sits at the table. He kind of flips it around and flops in it. Ravengard is very much like his name sounds. He has kind of this dark black hair and almost hawkish features with like gray swept back temple hair. And how's it been out here this morning?
Quiet.
Good. Well, we've come to an agreement.
Let's hear it.
Yeah.
The local folks don't trust us. And that's okay. They shouldn't. I don't really trust them either. But however, I have been able to convince them to allow us to be the ones to go do a little investigating. About a half a day's ride north of here, we think there is a dragon cult site where they've been doing rituals. And I want you all to check it out.
Absolutely. We'd be glad to help.
Good.
Yes.
Yes?
What exactly do you want us to report back with?
If there are dragon cultists there, I would like you to kill them. And if they have any, if you can take one captive, that would be great as well, for us to, interrogate. But mostly, we need them wiped out, and we need any information they might have.
What evidence do they have that they think it's them?
There was a theft recently in town, and two of the people running away were wearing masks that appeared to have dragon iconography on them. We know that there has been a certain amount of wealth hoarding amongst the dragon cult recently, and so it stands to reason that this group, having been seen traveling north, the most likely place for them to hide would be in the Elturel woods, which is that group of woods I was talking about.
What
If
items
it-
were
I know of this place.
There's a lot of people at once. Caden.
Sorry, you go ahead. Yes, okay. What items were stolen, and are there any maps of the surrounding area that we could use to perhaps plan an approach?
Absolutely. So, luckily on the map side, we actually have a guide. Rhea Mantlemorn, who I'll call over in a second once we're done talking, is a local Hellrider, and she will be guiding you up there. She knows the territory very well. In terms of what they stole, then it was, there were a couple of nobles' houses that were ransacked for jewels and gold and stuff like that. And this seems to be the MO across a number of major cities up and down the coast right now, most especially including Baldur's Gate and here in Elturel.
If it turns out to not actually be cultists, we don't quite have jurisdiction in this area, and I would certainly like to avoid a diplomatic incident. What are we to do?
You have diplomatic immunity in this case. I have talked with the Hellriders and with the Order of the Gauntlet, and we're all working together on this. You are fine to do what needs to be done. If someone else is up there and they are just bandits who stole a bunch of stuff from the city, feel free to take them out.
As the Alliance wishes.
Excellent. So, let me call over Rhea. And he looks back and over at the Hellrider guy, whose name I just blanked on, Gideon. And so the Hellriders, all of you have heard of the Hellriders before. They are kind of like Cavalier Paladins who comprise the primary holy defense force of this land of Elturel. And so this kind of dark-skinned, lithe young woman wearing leathers emblazoned with the symbol of the Hellriders, a bit of a playful smirk comes over, and Ravengard will go, "This is Rhea Mantlemorn. This is the group. Hey, seem to have me at a disadvantage. Who are all of you?"
Out of character real quick. These people are followers of Lathander, correct?
Yes, yeah, the Hellriders are very much followers of Lathander, yeah.
Okay, then Calder will actually step forward first, make whatever oblation or holy symbol of Lathander our faith makes.
Yep.
Yes, something like that. And says, greetings, Mantlemorn, was it?
Yes.
I myself am called Hope, member of the Flaming Fist, follower of our Morning Lord. It is
Amazing.
my honor.
It's a pleasure to meet you. And what do you look like?
So, Calder is a tiefling of Levistus from the realm of Stygia. So he is actually a very blue tiefling. His horns even have bits of frost and ice that cling to them that make them look like icicles more than anything else. His feet are cloven hooves. He wears no boots or what have you, but dresses in very bright, warm, sunny colors, oranges, yellows, reds, essentially looking as much as possible like a rising sun. In attendance with his faith towards Lathander, who is a sun god.
Nice. And Alexander Kolas, thank you for the $50 donation to the Bail Project.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
Thank you.
Woo! We should look around at the rest of you.
Hello, I am Lorana Moreland. I am a cleric of Corleone Latharine.
Oh, neato Pete's. And what do you look like?
Lorana is 5'6". She has dark red hair with golden streaks. She is a half elf. She isn't scale mail, and she has like a azure cloak on with like silver like threads, but it's not really flashy. It's just, nice. She has a pendant of a silver quarter moon on an azure background, and her eyes are gold. She looks like a Eladrin in their autumn. That is what she looks like.
Okay, cool.
My name is Valmarir. You can also call me Angel.
Angel, that's...
Valmarir is 6'2". He's kind of a taller tiefling. He's a deep purple in color, and he has very sharp, aggressive horns that come off of the top of his head, and kind of like goat style, where they're just straight up. There's no curls or anything. And he also has large wings that sprout from his shoulder blade area on his back. He is wearing a customized armor to allow for the wings, and also it's kind of like a vest where it doesn't cover his shoulders. And he also has bracers on his arms.
Okay, cool.
I am Ratspear Nofun,
Hello.
and Ratspear is a 3'5" olive green goblin. Into the later parts of his middle-aged years, and he is bald, and he has little tufts of hair growing out of his ears. Just a little bit. And he wears a blue and yellow robe, and on his shoulder is an all-white rat named Domino.
Oh,
He's got one little black dot right over his eye. And he's my partner.
No.
oh.
Two to go. Who's next?
Janela will step up and say, hello, my name is Janela Haveneyes, and Janela is a Glacia tiefling, and so her skin is very, very red. Her horns kind of arch up and back, and she's kind of wearing a very, like, sort of flowy sort of outfit, and she seems to really like daggers. You can kind of see one dangling off of her, another one, and there's another one hidden somewhere that she's not going to tell you about.
Nice.
And last and most tested, Caden. He leans in and offers a hand and goes, Caden, bounty hunter.
Wow. Nice to meet you.
Caden is a purple tiefling with darker purple hair, about 5'10"-ish, so he's a bit shorter than Calder, who's the one who dragged him on this mission, and has a noticeable amount of muscle in the neck and shoulder area because he's got Cape Buffalo type horns curved forward with that heavy boss of bone almost in the center of his forehead. The horns have metal caps on it, on them. They're a bit scarred, like gouged up a bit. He definitely uses them as a
And she'll look around at the six of you, and then over to Grand Duke Ravengard, and back over at the six of you. This is a really impressive group you've brought. Wow. I have horses for us to go up north. That way we don't have to walk. It'll be quicker that way, if that's okay. If you don't know how to ride, I can help show you. It's actually real easy. As long as you're not fighting in combat, you can just along. Cool.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Horses will be fine.
yeah. What?
You can ride with me, young one.
Oh, would you want a pony or something? I can get you like a pony or a like riding dog.
No, a horse is fine for me.
Okay. Cool. So yeah, this is my first mission too. Well, I don't know if it's your first mission, but this is my first mission. I'm like super excited about it. And it's a real pleasure to be able to like help you all out. And that we're going to be working together to fight this cult. I'm like super excited about it, and I hope you all are too.
You're super excited a cult is
What?
plaguing your city?
Well, no, I'm super excited to go and find the cult and root them out.
Oh,
Any
I
chance,
appreciate. Good.
any chance to be able to right a wrong is something that must be relished.
Yeah, no,
Indeed.
at 100%. Yeah, it's gonna be great.
I appreciate your enthusiasm, actually.
Thank you. I'm very excited. I just graduated. Pretty great.
Oh, very
Yeah.
nice.
Oh,
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's very reassuring.
Yep. I grew up that way, so I know the land really well. It'll be fine. There's just a hunk of woods. It's no big deal. Uldar will pop in for just a second into the conversation and go, I will leave you in the good hands of Miss Morning Mantle. What was her name again? Mantlemorn. Oh, right. Mantlemorn here. I have to go talk to some people. You actually came down with about 300 members of the Flaming Fist. It was about a quarter to a third of the total like strength of the Flaming Fist in Baldur's Gate came with you all in order to like show the city's commitment to rooting out the problem. So he has like other military duties to do unless you're being sent off on this. Cool.
okay.
Yes.
all right.
So y'all ready to go?
Yeah.
Yes.
Great.
I think it's time we should leave.
Elturel's a very interesting city. It's the only one of the few places on the planet where you will cast two shadows at the same time. As you walk out of the inn, it's a gorgeous, sunny, late spring day, and you can like smell like honeysuckle in the air, and there is an almost triumphant feel about the city, it being the home of Lathander. This is a place that is built of white marble and gold inlay, and it is very sort of militaristic is the wrong word, but like classical feeling. As you move through the city, even the paved stones are painted white, and it looks like the area you're in right now is very, very well kept, with more like higher class stores in it and things like that. And Ray will turn around and go, "Okay, come on, we're gonna go to the what is it? Where the horses are placed? Yeah,
Stable.
yes, that's the
Oh,
one.
the stable.
Yeah, yep.
Are you sure you're all right?
I'm ready to go.
How many cups of coffee did you have this morning?
4.
That was-
4.5.
You should go to the bathroom before we depart.
Yes, I
It's a
should.
diuretic.
Yeah. Okay.
It's probably
Calder, Calder places a hand on Valmarier's shoulder and is like, "Come now, don't you remember being that eager when you were that young?"
Yes.
Kaden looks over and just goes, no.
Calder
What?
points a finger at Caden and goes, "You're still young."
When I was this young, I was bussing tables still.
I don't know about you all. I still get excited. I totally understand what she's feeling like right now.
That's what it's all about. The spirit of adventure. This is all happening as you walk, of course, and you make your way to. It's actually the Hell Riders stables, and they are a military set of stables, and so it's very well kept. And there are a number of as you go in, it's like 20 stalls on either side down this long sort of arched wooden building with high windows, kind of shooting sunlight into the building itself, and there's kind of this smell of old hay and cow doo-doo as you walk through it. But for those of you who grew up around horses, it's actually a pretty reassuring smell. And she goes kind of down to the end, and there are a group of horses down there, and one of the handlers go, "Oh, are you gonna go out and do the thing? A runner came and told us." And she goes, "Yep, that's us. 7 horses." And she'll look over at Raspier again and go, "You sure don't want to? We have some riding dogs and like ponies. If you want."
I think I will be fine on a horse.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Do you want your own horse? Or are you gonna ride with? I mean, I'm not trying to. But
If he
like...
falls off, Calder will catch him.
Okay. All right. So 7 riding horses, I guess. That'll do. And he'll go, "Yeah, just take the last 7 here. And you'll get your horses. They are well-bred, youngish riding horses. They can be the color that is narratively appropriate.
Maybe I want a pony.
You want a pony?
Yeah, maybe. I think yes. Yeah, maybe this would be a better idea to have a pony.
For sure. Yeah. We can absolutely. Hang on. Let me go. Comes back with a little pony. Gray.
Domino talked me into it.
Yeah.
Domino always out for your best interest.
Oh, this is Sebastian. The pony.
Hello, Sebastian.
Hello, Sebastian.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
I imagine this pony does not fly.
It does not fly. It is not traded in its hooves for angel's wings.
I do not see any wings upon this pony.
No.
Is this the same pony that dies in season 4 of Parks and Rec?
It is.
Yeah.
We have a long time to go until that happens, though. It's fine. Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah. This is a very lull pony. It's lull.
Mm-hmm.
So lull. Lull.
Sebastian. Huh?
Okay. Yeah.
Lil Sebastian.
Yeah. Lull Sebastian.
Sebastian,
And you.
if you don't mind, I would get upon your back. Is that all right? Okay, I get onto his back.
Okay. And you will all have ponies, or not ponies, horses, and 1 pony. Cool.
Yes.
As you make your way out of town, you kind of come into more normal areas. That feels more like your classic, like late medieval city with like wood frame buildings and things like that. And so it seems like only downtown is really built that way. And it is kind of super weird as like you're facing away from the I just blanked on what it's called. The companion. How you can have like these 2 sorts of shadows playing around you the whole time, and it's almost like you're creating another reflection of yourself as you're moving up this road that is first paved and kind of heads out of the river valley and up into the hills. There's not much trees in this area. It's a lot of really rolling grasslands and farm fields as you make your way up. What is first a paved road, and then about 3 or 4 miles out of town becomes a wide dirt lane. And as the farms begin to pass by you and you go out in a more open country, here and there's a willow tree, and up on the hillside, you see a large old weeping willow with 3 people standing underneath it, 2 in these kind of gorgeous white dresses that have this weaved flowers going through them, and then a man standing in front of them wearing the regalia of Lathander. And Calder, you would know this right away. That's a wedding. And you can make a religion check real quick as a priest of Lathander. First roll!
It's the thing I am not proficient in. Let's see.
I mean, I guess as a paladin of Lathander. Anyways. Yeah.
I forgot.
It is incredibly good luck to have strangers at your wedding.
Calder will pull his horse up next to Rhea and say, while our task is certainly of great importance, it would be even better for both these people and us to have the blessing of Lathander going forward. Do you not think?
No, that would be amazing. How lucky are we to see this on the way out of town? That's a real blessing. I think you're right.
And Calder will nod and turn towards the rest of the group and say, does anyone feel like a bit of a break and perhaps witnessing a union of two lovely people, it seems?
Oh, how wonderful.
I have
Sure.
no objections to these.
Hayden kind of shrugs like you're gonna do it anyway, so.
The Morning Lord looks favorably upon those who witness the birth of love and union in such a way.
What happens next?
We did not bring a gift.
Oh, Rhea will say, in our religion, us being here is the gift to them. We're a blessing of luck.
That's lovely.
How that
Okay.
works.
Shall we go up?
Oh,
So we enjoyed the wedding.
Yeah, we can. Let's go up. And as you ride up, the three of them will turn. Oh, if you're gonna ride, is anybody not going up? I should say. No.
No.
As you begin to ride up, okay, the priest will actually turn over and wave, and then the two women will turn over and look really surprised and be like, "Oh my God, come up!" Especially seeing a Hell Rider there. And the priest will come over and go, "This is great. Hi, I'm Lothar. I'm a priest of Lathander, and we're doing a wedding. It seems incredibly fortuitous that you've come by. Are you here to stand witness before the light of our God and the holy union of these two amazing women?"
As sure as the sun rises every morning, I am.
Amazing. And they both look over at you, just beaming with the luck that they have had today. And he goes, "Okay, we'll continue the ceremony then. Liana, Lillian, before the Morning Lord Lathander and those here today, I commit to you to vow to each other, now and always, until you return to his endless light." And they look at each other and will say in unison, "I commit to you, now and always, truth and love, until we return to his endless light." The newly married couple will actually come over to you each and thank you both personally. And each of them has these little sort of flowers on there that they have weaved into their dresses, and each will give you one of those flowers.
oh,
Thank you.
thank you very much.
Thank you for...
It was a pleasure witnessing your union.
It was such a blessing to have you here. Thank you so much. And each of you will get a reroll.
Delightful.
Oh,
Oh,
As you feel the blessing of the thunder wash over you.
After having been given the flower, Angel is dabbing at his eyes as he's crying.
oh.
Lorana puts the flower in her hair and has been looking around. Is there anyone there else or anything like that?
No, just the three of them were under this enormous weeping willow on top of this singular green hill, and it was it's just the group of you now looking out over this rolling countryside around you.
After she checks, she will admire the scenery. Well,
Calder, go ahead.
please.
I was just going to add that Calder tries to tie the flower essentially to his armor to have that there, and grows frustrated with it as his fingers are not nimble enough to do this, and he keeps twisting the vine, and eventually in frustration goes up to Janela with, "Your hands are far more nimble. Can you please help?"
Yes, of course. And she'll kind of try to do her best to weave it in there and kind of get it to stay put.
Ratsby is feeding the flower to Domino.
I don't think that's how that's supposed to work, Rat
Oh,
Spear.
you put it, supposed to put it in my cloak, I see. Okay.
Your friend kind of, as you put it in your cloak, kind of crawls off, hanging off its back leg, and continues like gnawing on it.
Caden just kind of tucks it into a belt pouch where it won't get bruised or broken.
All right. Should we keep going then? Leave these people to their lovely rest of their whatever they want to do today?
Please.
Absolutely.
Caden gives a little bit of an eyebrow wiggle and then nods.
Yeah. Sex. I'm saying they're probably gonna have sex.
Yeah,
In
Caden
case you
figures.
missed it. Okay. Yeah. As you begin to move up, the terrain starts to change a little bit. Here and there, more small copses of trees. You know you're getting closer to some woods. And as you do, it's been about 3 hours on the road now, and I'd like everybody to make a perception check.
Oh boy.
This is not what I'm good at.
Oh yes. I am not either. Somebody tweaks and whistles.
Really? All right.
Where's roll 20 for me?
There we go.
14. I will take that. Since I have no pluses on this.
Raspberry Caden. Who am I missing? Calder.
Oh no, I was the first to roll.
I see it there. Yeah, you were on the top there. Yep. Okay, so Ratspier, I keep wanting to call you Ratspier. I'm sorry, Ratspier. And Dranella, you hear this? Help! 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 Coming from the woods, a small copse of trees off to your left.
Someone's in trouble.
Yes.
Well,
I look to Rhea. It's like, shall we help?
I feel like I kind of have to, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Domino, pull him up, please. My friend. He sends Domino through the woods.
He runs off. Are you going to cast your sight through?
Yes, but I'm holding on to Sebastian very tight.
Oh, of course. Yeah. If you're on the horse, you're fine.
Yes.
You move forward in rat form and begin to scout, and make a ready stealth check for me. I would imagine they're like a +4 or a +6 or something.
Yeah, I've got it. I actually put it in here. That's like half between my voice. All right, what do we want? A perception?
Yeah. Or stealthy stealth poo.
Oh,
You're going to see what's
sorry.
going on. You don't need a perception. You just need to not get eaten by a wolf. I mean, a what?
Did that work?
Rats have to have higher than a +0 to stealth.
There's nothing for stealth on there.
All right. So I'm going to have you make I'm going to roll a 1d20 +4 because you're a rat in the woods.
I believe it.
And that's ridiculous that you wouldn't have a stealth score as a rat. 1d20 +4.
Okay, 1d20 +4. All right. Now I got to roll that in roll 20. I'm sorry.
Okay. I'm sure they at least have a dex bonus that would be added.
You would think. Okay. Well,
Oh wow.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
I
She's
mean,
trying.
yeah.
He is white. He's a very very,
as you're moving through the underbush in like rat form, and you make your way up, and you see these 3 large wolves baying up at this tree. And sitting in the tree is this maybe 14 or 15-year-old girl with this big, thick rainbow scarf, kind of pelting acorns down and going, "You need to leave. Help! Why don't you get the crap out of here?" And it's just like pelting acorns at them to try and get them to go away. Help! And as that happens, one of the acorns actually flies and hits the rat, and you're knocked out of the rat. The rat gets knocked out.
Oh.
It's not dead. It's just knocked out.
Okay, that's fine.
And you're suddenly back in your body.
Yes, I'm back in my body. I'm grab onto Sebastian. It seems a small girl is a child of some sort in the tree, screaming for help, and there were wolves underneath the tree.
That's how Calder needs to hear. like horse kicked off and moving.
Okay. So what's everyone else doing?
When Calder takes off, you hear Caden go, oh, I guess I have to keep him out of trouble, and kind of rolls his eyes once and then follows.
Is everybody else going in as well?
Yes. Rat Speeder will get off Sebastian and pull his robes up higher around his ankles and then run through the woods chasing everybody.
Nice. So you will have the drop on these 3 wolves who are very focused on their prey. So we could roll initiative, or you could each make an attack roll with advantage. How about that? How about we each make an attack roll with advantage? Because you're going to have the drop, and it's going to be a sneak attack round. And they're super not paying attention to you.
Okay.
And
What
there's
order
no
would you
reason.
like us to go?
Just roll.
Mm. Mm.
How do I do this with advantage?
Mm.
I guess I
Just roll twice.
Yeah, that's all I'm doing.
Yeah.
Did that work?
My best one is an 18
Nice.
Ooh. A 24 with a ray of frost.
Mm-hmm.
with a crossbow bolt, 9 piercing.
Rat Spear, Lorna, Smurf,
Six.
Don.
Sorry, mine did not show up in D&D Beyond.
What is your?
Why?
How do you click on that in D&D Beyond?
Click on actions.
Yeah, I'm just clicking on the to hit button.
Click on the weapon. Or I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
click on the weapon.
under attack. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Under actions, go to attack, and then click on the actual weapon. There you go.
Is that?
Yeah.
Did that work?
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so if you rolled a 13 or higher, you will have hit. Who?
yes.
It looks like the only person who missed was Caden, right? Oh no,
Janela.
and Drenela. Okay.
And
I'm sorry,
Calder.
Calder and Drenela. Caden hit.
Caden hit.
I'm still learning names too. I love you all. I meant Calder, not Caden. So let's start with this.
That's
This
so
is the
confusing.
first time we get to see each of you fight. So Calder and Drenela, tell me how you miss.
Yeah. Do you want me to take the lead?
Well, whoever would like to go first.
Go for it. I'm thinking.
Calder is unthinking and unheeding in this. There's no plan. There's just action. So charging in atop the horse, Calder has not fought from horseback very much in the past 10-ish years. So with that, falchion in hand and 2 hands, it's mostly just charging in on the horse and shouting, "Leave her alone and face me instead!" And because of that, he's more interested in getting the attention of the wolves. The swing that he makes is wide and massive, but is much less likely to hit. It's mainly just for show and force. And he gallops on by trying to draw the wolves away.
Love it. Drenella, how do you miss?
Janela pulls out
Janela.
a dagger. Not the dagger, but a dagger. And she also rides in on horseback, and she kind of flings it, and it totally misses. Oh wait, no. I'm such an idiot. I'm so sorry. I did Eldritch Blast. I can't say that I used my dagger. So I cast Eldritch Blast, and she kind of looks at her hands in surprise and is like, huh? And kind of carries on galloping away because she's all of a sudden very confused as to what's going on.
You hear a laughing in your head when that happens, by the way.
Oh,
Okay, for the other 4 of you who actually hit something, what does it look like when you kind of lay in to your quarry?
Lorana dismounted her horse and knowing that she's wearing scale mail can make noise, went around and got in some nice cover, and she has her crossbow out. Her father taught her how to use a crossbow in the woods, and boom.
Just a single bunk. You hear this sink into the flesh of one of the wolves, and there's a yelping sound.
Angel hops off of his horse, gets himself in between the tree and one of the wolves, and draws his scimitar and kind of slashes up defensively, and trying to hold the ground.
Nice. You come up in the slash and you make contact with one of the wolves, and like a zipper, open up its flank.
Caden, sorry.
Oh, yeah,
Caden
go
has
ahead.
come up, is following in the wake of Calder, but stopped a little further away, and is kind of almost underhand mobbing it. Like, I don't know how to describe it, as if you're trying to scoop something off the ground. And you see what looks like it looks like witch fire, but it's black.
Oh, cool.
Just this angry crackling bolt of black just comes out from his hand and aims at the wolf that Calder was swiping in the general direction of, but missed.
Awesome. And thanks to the distraction, of course, you got that 24, and you crack right in the head, and you see it kind of crumple to the ground. And then rats appear. Oh,
And
what?
that one fell, correct? There was
Yes.
another one.
Yeah, this all kind of happens simultaneously, so you can tell me what you do. Yeah.
Yes. He just after he's dismounted, he comes running around the corner with his robes in his hand. He's got which he's holding about ankle height, and he's barefoot.
Yeah.
That's how he travels. And he runs around the corner, and as he sees these wolves and he sees the other one fall, he extends his hands and he bites his lip. And when he does that, a shard of ice it grows from his hand, and a long skinny beam and that kind of grows over his hand for a moment, and it's the ray of frost, and it hits one of the wolves. And then it like draws out of it and right back into the wolf.
Nice. And in this flash of action with this sort of black eldritch energy and this crackling green fire and this twang of a crossbow and these two slashes and this icy thump, the three wolves go down. And you hear a, "Hey, thanks! Can you help me out of the tree?"
Of course.
Hey, did you see a little rat around here, a white one?
I will retrieve her.
No. Hey, while you're getting me, if you happen to each have a little bit of money, I'm actually trying to save up enough cash to go to the academy. And I was kind of hoping you might be able to help me out.
I would like to roll insight.
You may roll insight.
Same.
I did.
Yes. Lorana. No.
You ask for a donation after we've saved you.
It's odd.
For those of you who rolled above a 10, this is just a very forthright, excited young woman who has just been saved by people who look like they have more money than her.
Domino.
So Angel,
Consider getting a job.
It's kind of hard for me to get a job right now. So what were you going to say, Angel? I'm sorry.
Angel flies up to where they're at in the tree and offers to pick her up.
Ooh, neato.
And just slowly glides back down to the ground.
That was great. Thank you.
My
Now-
pleasure.
This 14-year-old is got this kind of unwieldy shock of red hair and a face full of freckles and kind of this almost, it's like I don't want to call it like a dagger-like smile, but like a really sort of very sharp wit about her. And be like, yeah, I'm if you all have any help for me, I would love it. Oh, Lonky! And then coming out of the bushes as that happens is this kind of beaten up, decrepit, old-looking donkey that is missing its right eye and its left ear and has this really old, sort of almost worn-through saddle on it.
What a majestic
Is that
creature.
yours?
What?
Is that yours?
Yeah,
I
the
really
Lonky the
don't
donkey.
think Sebastian should see this donkey because this is what he has to look forward to. I don't know that he'll want to continue the rest of the journey.
Calder steps forward and says, "Are either you or your friend here injured? Did they attack you?"
Well, I mean, they treed me, and then Lonky, of course, ran away instead of helping out, and she, like, whaps him on the flank. It's okay, he's old. But we were just heading back into town. I was at my aunt's house, and I was trying to get a little food for me and my sister. Didn't have any. So, yeah.
So you want to join the academy?
Yeah, I'm super smart.
I see.
What is
Janela
your
would-
name?
Oh, go ahead.
My name is in my notes. Hang on. I should have had that up already. Grace Lynn.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Grace.
It's a pleasure to meet you, too.
I do not have all that I wish to give to help you on your cause.
Janela, without a second thought, will open up her purse and give her a gold coin.
Oh, wow. Thank you. That's really nice of you.
Lorana looks at Rhea and says, I am not from Elturel.
Yeah?
Is there a way you can help her?
I mean, it's expensive to go to the academy, and folks who come from rougher backgrounds don't tend to make it. She's about the right age to enter.
Do we know anything about this academy? Like, what is it for? Is it bardic, wizard? What is it?
She goes, oh, I want to go study and be a bard.
My heart.
Caden's expression is just like, yeah, I figured.
Yeah.
You need to go to the Horn and Crook.
The what now?
The Horn and Crook.
Friend.
That isn't Baldur's Gate.
Yes.
It's a real long way from here.
But there are people that can help you. Tell them you were sent by Angel.
Angel?
That is me.
Caden points to the wings like...
Oh, I get it. Yeah, because of the wings. Yeah, no, I got you, Caden. That makes a lot... Or not. Yeah, I didn't learn your name. Yeah, I got you, sir. Thank you. Oh, Angel. You all are...
Kid, just get back to town. There are bandits and God knows what in this village.
And there are wolves, apparently.
Yeah, I found the wolves. And thank you again for that, by the way. I got a gold. Anybody else willing to donate?
Domino.
There's this little crawling up the back of your calf, and then up on your shoulder. He's got a little lump on his head.
For a rat, you are not very sneaky. You need to work on that. Rats are supposed to be sneaky. Be careful.
Calder will pull out a gold and offer it to Grace. Her name was Gracelyn.
Yes, Gracelyn.
While doing so, turning towards Rhea and going, I myself come from a background that perhaps Lathander would not exactly be approving of. I don't see why this girl's background should keep her back from what she wants to pursue as well.
No, I think it's great. I'm gonna give her a gold too. And she hands a gold over. And he goes, wow. You guys are very generous. Thank you.
But remember this kindness and make sure to repay it to others once you have the means to do so.
I will do my best. This has been great for the life-saving, and thank you, and for the money, double thank you, because this is almost everything I need now to make it into the academy, and that's really exciting. Probably another year's worth of work, and I'll be there.
Caden kind of jumps off the horse and at this point starts loading the wolf carcasses onto the back of the donkey and just goes, the pelts will make you some money. And
that's a good idea.
Are there any saddlebags or anything on the donkey?
No.
Can Calder check over the
Wait,
donkey?
it sounded like Caden, you weren't done yet.
Yeah.
No, I was saying, is there like a saddle or anything?
There's definitely a saddle, yes. It's kind of worn through in places, and the blanket underneath it is like old and ratty. Yeah.
Okay. If there's any way for me to do this without being seen, because I don't want the rest of the party to notice this, I want to find or somehow fashion like a little pouch with the trinket, and just quietly slip a gold piece into that pouch so she'll find it later.
Aww. I love it, and unless anyone has... Oh, go ahead.
Lorana will take some of her food and give it to her, and it's like, take this so you can spend your gold on your education and not feeding yourself.
Well, this is great. Thank you so much. And Caden, I love that so much that unless anybody really wants to see it, I feel like it is narratively appropriate for you to have been able to just secret it away for it to be found later.
Yeah, I'm
Cool.
fine with folks spotting it. Just Caden
Okay.
will strenuously deny it if called out.
I was writing in my notes anyway.
I think Calder sees it, but just kind of gives Caden a bit of a grin and a small nod, and then just pretends to be blissfully unaware. But with that, I actually would like to check over Lonky the donkey.
Lonky the donkey, indeed.
Lonky the donkey. Calder wants to make sure that Lonky was not injured by the wolves or anything else in his flight away from them.
Make an animal handling check.
Another thing I don't have. This should be great.
For me to assist that, like maybe holding the donkey's head still so he doesn't like kick or try to run.
Absolutely. So you have advantage on your
Thank you, Caden.
9. It's a donkey.
Jeez.
It is. It's not bleeding from anything.
We are city boys.
Nubsy, thank you.
You're a city boy. But okay, no, that's fine. If that's the case, satisfied with his inspection, Calder will just smooth Lonky's fur down a little bit and tell Gracelyn, make sure you take care of him before you get to Elturel. It's still a long journey.
Yeah, no, it'll probably be dark by the time I get there. But thank you all so much for the generosity and helping me with the wolves. And I'm probably going to make it to Academy now. That's amazing. Here, let me, and she will, my sister made this. She passed away a while ago. And so I just want to give you each a string out of this as a way of saying thank you.
I can only cry once a day.
And she
Are
will
you
pull.
sure?
It's really thick. It's got plenty of strings. It's not gonna destroy the integrity of the thing. It's a big old rainbow. Think like the fifth
fourth
Doctor?
Doctor?
The fourth Doctor.
Fourth
Yeah,
Doctor.
like the fourth
Yes.
Doctor. Yeah,
The fifth Doctor had a little piece of celery.
yeah. And she will pull a string out and give one to each of you, and they're this rainbow colored string. Yeah.
Calder will wrap it around the scarf he normally wears.
Oh. She begins to ride off, and she'll wave back at you again. And as she does, make me a perception check.
All of us?
Yeah, anybody who'd like to. I should be using passive perception, but I haven't written it down yet, so I'm just going to make you all roll.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like feeling rolls.
Lorana's not perceiving anything this evening.
Brunella and Caden, something is sneaking off through the woods to the north on the other side of the tree that Grace was hiding in.
Shape or approximate size.
Smallish, dog-sized maybe, and kind of heading away from you all.
Is it heading in her direction?
No, it is trying to escape, it seems like.
I'll point it out and say, guys, there's something over there. It's about dog-sized.
Janela will take off on foot, trying to very stealthily go after it.
Okay, make a stealth check. Anybody else want to join in on that?
I will make sure I grab Janela's horse and tie off the reins so it doesn't run away and follow with my horse.
Okay.
Red Spear. Go ahead.
Calder is not stealthy, so he will stay behind for the moment, help tie off the horses, and unsheath his shield, his kite shield instead. Don that and get that ready.
Ratspear would look to Domino with the bump on his head and look at him, and Domino shakes his head no, and looks back to Ratspear, and then Ratspear shakes his head no. We shall remain here.
All right. Lorana?
So who is staying? I don't want to leave. I would not want to leave Rat Spear alone.
Staying behind.
Oh, you are.
Me and Calder.
Yeah, can't sneak. Heavy armor.
I have Domino. I'm okay.
Yeah, I do have heavy armor, but I will let them go ahead and then sort of go after.
Yeah, I'll stick with you.
So Dranella, it sounds like you were going off first and attempting to stealth, which you fail at. Congratulations. As you step into the bushes on the other side of this tree, there's a snap, And it was the creature that was sneaking away wasn't actually too far away, and it's not very fast either because it's dripping blood out of this bite in its black haunch. There is what looks to be a runt-sized black wolf who seems to be kind of sneaking away, and it looks like he had some sort of bite that was taken out of him.
That's odd. Did anyone else see that, or is it just me?
Right now, it's just you.
Okay.
No, you're
It'll
the
be-
one who's close.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? Yeah, because you crit. So, yeah.
Okay.
And actually, because you crit, I'm going to let you know it obviously is a wolf bite.
I'm gonna keep following it.
It kind of goes a little bit further and then kind of curls up under a bush, and you hear a little bit of whimpering.
I'm gonna try and get close, but can I make some sort of like Arcana check? Like she just feels like there's something weird going on here.
You can make an Arcana check, sure.
Do.
While she's doing that, Ratspear back at the camp
Mhm.
turns to Calder and Angel and says, "You know, the moment they left this camp, their odds of survival dropped dramatically.
Dranela can handle herself. I've borne witness to it many times. I trust her with my life, and you should as well.
I've read many books, and anytime this happens in a story, it is not a good thing."
Go ahead, Valmer.
These stories are often told by the people who...
Whitney Wars, yes, I've heard this before.
No, not just that. But the people who were afraid to engage. They did not put themselves in harm's way and leave themselves open to judgment of those who did. Even if our companions do die, they will have died heroes, chasing something into the woods.
Yes, I was just doing the math in my head.
Math is dangerous and should be destroyed.
Calder looks between the two of them. Calder looks between the two of them and just kind of like holds up both hands with, neither is going to die.
I mean, even if we go with Angel's methodology, it's true. The odds are not in their favor.
They will not die.
Smash cut too. Dranella dying. No. So your Arcana check is a crit, and you are 100% convinced, absolutely sure there is no arcane sort of mumbo jumbo happening here. It is de-arcaned. It is. There's no magic. This is a runty wolf that probably got bit by its other pack mates because it wasn't strong enough to stick around.
Okay. I'm trying to see if there's anything I can do for the wolf. Nope, I don't have anything like a healing spell.
And at this point,
we're both.
yeah, Caden and Lorana both show up.
What do you have there? And Caden has hopped off and crouched down a bit.
It's a runt wolf. They look hurt. I think the others must have bit it.
Has the wolf noticed our presence?
It kind of looks in your direction, but it's bleeding pretty heavily, and its eyes are kind of tired.
I look to Lorana and say, I don't have anything that can heal. I don't heal things, but maybe you could help? It doesn't deserve to be like this.
You realize if I heal this creature, I only have so much healing ability. I will, if you understand the cost, then I will do it.
I respect that. I think ultimately it should be your decision.
Your choice. If you don't want to, that's fine. I'll figure out a way to bandage it or something like that.
I will go over. And it is not. It's not dead.
It is not dead. But being a cleric-y type, you know that it is losing blood and it is looking sleepy, and that's probably not a good sign.
I will go over and here we go.
Yay. Completely back to full health. It pops up and comes over and kind of laughs at your cheek a little bit. Lorana.
I pull out
Hey.
a jerky and generally toss it in the wolf's direction.
Scritchies, scritchies. Scritchies, 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 scritchies. Like, well, you can go, or you can come with us, but your life is now your own, wolf. And she's speaking to it as though it understands her, but she knows that it doesn't understand her.
Yeah.
It's just like how you talk to your cat.
Yeah. Do you have animal handling, out of curiosity? Or you can make
No,
an
I
animal handling check if you were attempting to impart some actual thing to it. Okay, yeah. Okay, what do you do next? What happens next, team?
Oh, wow.
We can return.
I throw it a couple more pieces of jerky and then follow.
Caden, it starts to follow behind you because food. And the three of them appear back out of the woods with a small for a wolf, black wolf.
I see you made a friend.
It is adorable.
This changes many variables with the math.
You know, Red Spear. Good.
Just goes. He wanted food. He was alone and hungry. But thank you, Lorana.
A canine after my own heart.
Oh,
And good.
if they wish to follow, they will follow.
Mm-hmm. And go back to the horses, swing back up.
Mhm.
Same.
So I'm climbing on Sebastian again.
Everybody gets back on their mounts, and now you're going to make your way, because we're only like a half an hour away now. The wolf is coming with us, says Rhea.
Fine.
He's decided to come, apparently.
Oh, okay. Great. Hi, wolf. We're going north. Feel free to join us. And she begins to clop off.
We are going to start a circus.
Right?
That's a different game.
Okay, so the next half an hour goes by completely uneventfully, and up ahead you see the edge of the woods. It's a largest, but very self-contained sort of forest. It's probably 700 or 800 yards wide, and goes back. So it's not like it arcs off into the distance. So obviously somewhere within what is like a large forest park is this place. And she goes, this is it. So how do I want to get in there?
Do you know a best way? You are our guide.
Well, I mean, I know how to get here. I've never actually been in the woods before. I'm not like super woodsy.
Do you
But
know
I can-
of any
Yeah.
large cave systems in the area where they might be holed up?
Cave system.
Yeah.
No, I don't. Maybe their tracks are here. Maybe we could have a look around.
Let's do that.
Would that be a survival check?
You could use the better of survival or investigation.
Got 12.
Dranella, you're the crit queen.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Some of those for the next game. Good lord.
Right? Jesus. And remember, you all have a free reroll at some point as well. You don't have to use it now by any stretch of the imagination because it's an investigation check. But just remember, you each have a free reroll. So, Caden, Smurf, and Dranella, you all find the same information, except you do it way better than everybody else, Dranella, and far more quickly. Essentially, at some point earlier, like last night, a group of 5 or 6 people made their way into the woods along a path that doesn't start until about a couple hundred yards into the woods itself. However, there's also a small creek hidden nearby that it does look like a couple more people had moved their way up through, but much more recently, and it would definitely cover your footsteps if you were trying to be sneaky. And the interesting thing is, it's actually, that group was larger than the first group that went in. And with the crit, there were 2 skeletons with that group. 2 of the footprints were bony footprints.
Oh, that's interesting.
Like walking bone footprints.
Yes, it looked like a bunch of, bones.
Can we tell what size were the individuals? Maybe how fast they were moving?
So the first group was walking at a pretty good clip, like they were rushing, and didn't really take their time to hide their tracks. Like, this is a place where they come and nobody else comes here, and they're like, it's fine, nobody's going to find us, right? The group who took the river in, it's more of a small stream, probably 10 yards wide and maybe 6 or 7 inches deep. They were moving much more carefully, all medium creatures, all bipedal, and but we're moving much more carefully down the river as if they were sneaking up, and those tracks are much more recent.
Have there been any other groups recently here, Ria, that were trying to get rid of the dragon cult?
No? I mean, that's why we came together and talked. Like, we are the people who would deal with that kind of thing. We're kind of trying to not let people know that the dragon cult is around,
Right, but...
Because they freak out.
This is why I would share the information about the second group.
Yeah, I don't know the second group.
2 skeletons with them. That's very concerning.
Yeah, that's weird. I don't know who that is.
The Hellriders or Elturel had any problem with necromancers?
I mean, some people like to raise skeletons from time to time, and we don't love it. But, we're not like a big, angry, like you read about in the stories necromancer. More like skeleton laborers for hire and stuff like that. Digging up graves and, like, getting bodies to do work. Still illegal, but not like eldritch evil. Now I like to think there's a whole, like, black market retail, like, undead labor supply that okay, sorry. I went off on my own whole thing there with, like, the economy behind. Yeah, okay, I'm done. I'm sorry.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Isn't that Everon?
Which...
I think we should be careful. We don't know what the second group is here for. That's reasonable to surmise the first group is the cultists. But we don't know what the second group is, and if they have, necromancer or are consorting with necromancers, then we might have a problem.
Necromancers are very dangerous.
Let's be careful.
All right, so I'm gonna follow your lead because I was the scout, and y'all are supposed to be the doers.
Shall
Are
we
we-
follow the tracks, folks?
We should move forward cautiously.
Yes.
Let us proceed.
Okay, so let's be clear on how you are proceeding. There are, 2 sets of tracks. One which is kind of the herp to derp, we're walking to our house sort of tracks, right? The other being the sneaky up the river tracks. Or, third option, you could just kind of like move through the woods, I guess, without following either set of
Are
tracks.
these tracks going in the same direction?
It looks like they would converge at some point, yes.
Yeah.
probably follow the sneaky tracks. They're more likely to be the
Yes.
cultists.
We should
Yeah.
leave the horses behind as well.
Sure.
Yes.
Sebastian, you should watch the other horses.
Calder actually turns to Rhea and says, Rhea, if you are not prepared for combat, could you at least watch our mounts here? Give warning if anyone comes by.
I can watch the horses if you want me to. I'm ready to fight, but I can also watch the horses.
Does she look like she's actually like ready and trained for? If
She's
there is
carrying
a
a
fight?
longsword. Like, I mean, she doesn't. It's Fantasyland. It's hard to know if someone is like a trained fighter, right? But she is wearing weapon and like leather and.
Protection of our mounts is probably paramount.
Okay,
In
well,
case we need to make a good getaway.
Okay, she looks a little bit relieved when you say that. Okay, I can do that. Yep.
And you can help Sebastian.
Yeah. Okay.
Poor Sebastian.
If anything goes wrong, scream.
Sean really wanted him in my world, so I brought him in.
You're 500 candles in the wind. Okay, so you have 3 options, right? You can choose to either follow Herpty Derp tracks, the like normal people, the stealthy tracks, or just move through the woods, however you want.
Stealthy tracks.
Stealthy.
We should
Stealthy tracks.
Okay.
We should protect ourselves if possible.
As you begin to make your way into the woods, that's where we're going to take our break. And before we go to break, of course, we need to shout out our amazing Patreon. It's the best way to support the channel. You should say huge thank yous for us for the continuing support of Don and Nerdy and Michelle and Abigator and Anino and Andy, all of whom are amazing human beings and who are helping to continue to support the channel in our VIP Gold Circle Patreon goodness. We are going to soon have a Pathfinder game coming out that will be out there a week early. You can already get our Curse of Strahd podcast there a week early, and there may be some other stuff coming in the future as well. But most importantly, the Patreon is there to support our continued operation, and so we can give a stipend to our volunteers and like pay for telecommunication stuff and music and all that sort of good stuff. So if you got a second, drop into the Patreon. But we're also raising money for the BailProject. The BailProject is there to help undercut the frankly gross bail system we have in this country, especially at a time of unrest like this. We need strong voices out in the world and not being held under a monetary burden to remove their freedom. So if you have the opportunity, you can click on the big cherry red button below that says donate and donate to the BailProject. I know we would appreciate it and they would appreciate it. So with that, we're going to go on our break. We'll be back in a second.
Bye.
welcome back to the second half of tonight's premiere episode of Dark Descent, where we are raising money for the BailProject. The BailProject is a way to undercut the criminal bail system in this country, where people have to literally pay money to get out of jail even before they are, found guilty or innocent of everything, and that's freaking ridiculous. And so we are helping them with an important justice issue at a time when we need a lot of help with important justice issues. So if you have the opportunity and the extra money, go ahead and click that cherry red donate button below and help us out. But if not, that's okay too. No pressure. We are really happy you're here, listening to the game, hanging out with us in chat, and we found out something important and interesting. If you check in chat, there was a term that we were using that we will be scrubbing from the vocabulary of the game moving forward, and thank you to Tyler Moonsage for pointing that out. With that, also thank you to Tyler Moonsage for the follow and Everhearth for the follow. So, our party, and Everhearth for the sub, not follow. I've lost my train of thought. Our party is on the edge of a wood seeking a dragon cult, under the orders from their boss, Uldar Ravengard, far away from their homes in Baldur's Gate, in a place called Elturel, which is a holy land of Lathander, where lies over the capital city this strange glowing orb that provides daylight 24 hours a day. They are to the north of that, on the edge of some woods, and are about to head in, but it was weird because after the group of what they believe cultists returned, some other group also snuck into the woods behind them, and our party is about to also attempt to sneak into the woods to figure out what's going on. And so with that, I'm going to turn it back over to the party to tell us what happens next.
Oh,
I feel like things could get dangerous moving ahead.
We should
Everyone
be-
very careful.
yes.
Okay.
Approach as careful and as stealthy as we can. And I'm looking at Calder, and I'm looking at myself, and I'm looking at Calder.
Yeah, heavy male, brigandine, all that good stuff. It's not very good for sneaking around. But with that said, Calder will actually move towards the back of the line then, so that way the sneakier folk can be closer if they get spotted. Calder has also, again, loosened his shield, has it braced, and has even drawn the falchion at his side as well. He's prepared if for any sort of combat.
Cool. What is your marching order?
Ratspear, before we go, he will cast a spell on himself, if that is okay.
Of course.
I would like to cast Mage Armor, and it basically looks like a suit of, translucent, glowing yellow armor for a moment over him, and then it just fades away.
Okay. What is our kind of marching order?
Leona, you're
I realized, sorry, Janela can take the front
Okay.
if no one else wants to.
I will go second. I'm still learning to be stealthy, but eventually I will be that stealthy.
There will be stealth.
Yeah.
Is the wolf still with us?
Is who?
Out of curiosity.
The
Our
wolf.
wolf friend.
Yes, your wolf is still with you. Currently in non-combatant mode, but absolutely there.
I'm kind of. Caden is probably a little to the back of the group, near Calder, on
Okay.
Calder's right-hand side.
Okay.
Verana is probably in the middle, because although she is kind of clanky, she is a cleric.
Indeed.
So be in the middle. Yes.
Good idea. So then, if we want an actual line, I would say probably Calder in front of Caden. Then Caden bringing up the rear. Or no?
Yes.
Caden said he was on your right side, though. And I mean... Yeah. Oh,
Well, I didn't know
Ratspear,
if
where are
you
you going to be?
had actual-
Hang on. I don't know where Ratspear is yet. We can't really figure it out until we know where Ratspear is.
I think I'm going to be in the very back.
Okay.
Okay, that works.
And me and Domino will watch around us.
Okay. You begin to make your way through the woods. These are old growth forest here. This is not some sort of fresh planted and easily sort of harvested woods. These seem to have been here for a long time. The area around it probably also used to be woods until it was mined out is the wrong word, but harvested away. As you begin to move your way up the creek, the woods actually kind of start almost they feel like they collapse in around you, and you're in this tunnel of like shafts of light every once in a while, and dark shadows, and this old loamy smell with the sound of this crackling river creek kind of next to you. This sort of natural silence is broken as you begin to make your way deeper into the woods by screaming. A female voice ahead of you in some sort of clearing, it's hard to make out from here, is screaming oblations to the god Bane. And if anybody knows who the god Bane is, you should make a religion check if you don't. Or even if you do. I don't know why I said it that way, but I did.
Oh, come on, Lorana.
Oh, I don't know if that was once or twice.
That was twice.
Lorana.
I
fucking crit got a 19.
Oh, Lorana.
Lorana would know that.
Oh, nice. I crit.
Lorana, you are trained. You are trained. Yeah, I'm not going to make you. If you are. So, one of the ways I run D&D is like if you are a subject matter expert in something, such as a cleric, you probably know at least the basic details about a god. And I'm not going to be like, even if you fail, like if you had maybe crit failed, you would have been like, yeah, it's the god of happy flowers and light. But you didn't crit fail, so it doesn't matter.
Well, and also it's Bane, and she's from Elventree with the Moonsay region.
Yes. So you know a lot more. But so Ratspear and Smurf, between the group of you, you know who Bane is. Bane was once a former human who raised, or I guess lowered, to demonhood and is now the greater deity of fear, hatred, and tyranny, and the ruler of Banehold, one of the layers of hell.
This is not good.
It's abyssal nature, infernal even.
Before we get any closer, and this is why I haven't made you make a stealth check yet, but now that you are almost into engagement range, I would like to know how you want to approach the situation.
I quickly would like to do Eyes of the Grave to where, as an action, if I know if there's any location of undead within 60 feet that isn't behind total cover and isn't protected from divination magic.
Within 60 feet of you? No.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good question. How close are we towards this voice?
Yeah.
So you're probably only 20 or 30 yards away, and it's up the river from you, but the woods are so thick, you're going to have to get closer to be able to see the person.
Then, going with the Eyes of the Grave, Calder will reach out through his divine sense instead, which allows me to detect anything affected by the Hallow spell or know the location of any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet.
Nope.
Oh, okay. Okay. Then Calder will breathe in for a brief moment, shake out that feeling, and say, I believe all that is ahead of us is mortal, at the very least.
So we have two cults to deal with.
Are we being paid to deal with this other cult?
Even if we weren't,
No, but
we have to.
Assholes like that, I would gladly kick in the teeth just for the fun of it.
Lorana and Caden are both correct. We cannot overlook this.
How would you like to approach this?
I think now, I don't know. I look at Calder and knowing he's a paladin and I'm a cleric, like, should we take the lead?
Quietly.
We may be able to draw their attention towards us, especially my faith shows no love towards Bane. They might be more inclined to come after you and I. The rest of you may be able to use the distraction, get around them, or at the very least take them unawares.
Take them. Yeah, we could do a flanking.
Good plan.
Like horns. And he gives a little knock to his own horns.
Okay. So to draw the scenario in your mind, there is a map, but I want to make sure we're set up properly before we get to it. Y'all are moving up a riverbed. There is going to be a clearing up ahead of you, and in the center of that is going to be this woman, and you'll see the whole scene in a second. So it sounds like a group of 4 of you are going to move up the center. One of you is going to move around to the right. One of you is going to move around to the left. Is that correct? Who is moving around to... Oh, go ahead.
I think. No. I just didn't know. Are they all moving forward and then we're flanking? Is that what we're doing?
I thought it was going to be like Calder and Lorana, and then the other team flank and come from behind. The other 4.
Oh, okay. That is... Okay, so there's a big decision here for the other 4. Do you flank around to the right, around the clearing, or do you move around to the left of the clearing?
Or do you split the difference?
I think I would split the difference.
Don't mind me.
Caden, say that again? You were pretty quiet for a second.
Oh, sorry. I think
That's
my
okay.
mic is on the... I was saying I'm fine to go either way. Just tell me wherever you need me.
It sounds like 2 left, 2 right.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who is going left and who is going right?
I'll go right.
I'll go left.
Okay, left.
I will go left. Ratspear, you go right.
Excuse me. What was it? I missed it.
You're going right.
I'm going right. Right it is.
So I've got...
Statistically right
yes.
place wins anyways.
So because of this person's yelly mouthiness, they're super not paying attention to you. As you make your way up into the woods, here is what you can see. Keeping in mind that the woods here are very thick and it's hard to see more than 20 or 30 feet beyond where you currently are.
First map, new campaign.
First night, new campaign! Woo! Dranella and Valmarir, as you begin to move around to the left over here, there's another path that you find.
I don't mean to interrupt, but I don't see a map.
You should see it now.
Oh,
No.
there we go.
Can you ping it?
Scroll.
Oh, there.
Yeah, scroll.
There, ping. Shifty ping. Yeah, ping. Do you guys got it?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sweet.
And there's another path. Okay.
Yep. Okay. There's another path, and you hear some sort of squishy noises coming from off in that direction.
Ugh.
And what you see in the clearing is this almost hulking figure of a woman, a Goliath female, who is holding this person dressed in black robes, and they're wearing some sort of mask, but you can't see it because their face is pressed into the water as if she was in the middle of drowning them. This person is already obviously dead, but this who's being drowned, but this woman doesn't really seem to notice or care, and is more exulting in the moment of murder as this happens. You see blood moving further into the water, kind of moving further into the woods from here as well.
Charming.
Could one deduce that she conducted a murder?
Yes, as she still has her hand on the back of the head of this dead person, who she just drowned.
Calder looks towards Lorana and says, "Are you ready?"
Yes.
Taking that as his cue, Calder nods and with Lorana together steps forward into the clearing.
All right. As you do, it's time to roll initiative. Please click on your token before rolling initiative.
There I am.
Okay.
Oh, right. I'm supposed to not use my dice. I'm supposed to use real dice. Okay. Coming.
Okay. I don't know why you rolled twice, sweetie.
Oh, really?
Obviously going to take the 7.
Oh, I rolled twice on accident.
Sometimes,
okay.
sometimes beyond 20 does that
I'll
for
fix
some
it.
reason.
Yeah. It's fine.
Yeah, probably because my fat finger didn't hit it twice.
Ratspier, Calder. Who am I missing? Lorana,
I'll
Caden,
fix it.
Velmer. Oh,
There we go.
Ratspier.
Okay.
Oh,
For some
Dranella.
reason,
There we
well,
go.
that's
Gotcha.
weird. All right. Your turn order took 22, but my first roll was a 7.
Okay.
So if you wanted to change that.
Say that again?
My first initiative roll was a 7,
Okay.
but then it rolled again with the 22. So if you wanted to change it to the 7,
Yep.
there we go.
Take the first roll. Always. As much as possible.
Yes. That's Lauren, because that is Lorana speed.
Okay. Yeah. Nice.
Cleric speed.
Okay. So, technically Valmarir and Ratspierre go first, and then Calder would go. But I know that you are waiting on Calder and Lorana to go before your turns happen. Is that correct? That's the game plan, right? All right. So Calder, you rolled highest, so you're going to go first.
Okay.
And let me know if you can't use your tokens. You should be able to.
Nope, I have access to my tokens. Okay, so let's see. I step forward into the clearing, and this is the only person I see, correct?
Along with the body at her feet, yes.
Along with the body.
Yeah.
Okay. So then, before actually taking action again, he already has shield, blade, everything in hand. He steps forward and declares, "Name yourself, and why exactly you're prostrating yourself to such a foul devil as Bane."
She looks over at you, and she has this blood kind of coming out of her mouth. And she just smiles, and you see her teeth have been filed to points. And it looks like she's just ready to charge right at you.
"You're not the only carnivore in this woods." And he'll charge back then. At that point, that's all the provocation he needs.
Yep.
So 1, 2, and I'm going to bring that falchion down and make an attack.
Do it!
10.
That's going to be a miss. She, more deftly than you expected, weaves out of the way. But, Lorana, you're next.
Okay, so Lorana is going to go here.
Mhm.
She's going to instinctively, as a bonus action, cast Spare the Dying on the person in the river because it's her instinct to do so, even though she doesn't know. And then she will try to strike the individual.
Okay. The Spirit of the Dying, you reach out, there's no life to pull back. And the mace is a 5 and misses. Ducks it. 1 second, I need to fix a thing here real quick. Sorry. Doink. 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 There we go. And that. There's live production. There we go. It's going to miss. Then it goes to Valmarir, top of the round.
Valmarir is going to step out of the clearing and go right next. And is going to attack using a scimitar.
Okay.
So 22 for 7 damage.
Well, that's definitely going to hit.
And then as my bonus attack, I'm going to use my offhand scimitar.
Nice.
For, it's going to miss. It's an 8.
Okay. Did I already put them on there? I did. Yeah, that is definitely going to miss. She turns, she whips her head at you, not expecting to be flanked, and she kind of screams this kind of bellowing roar. But that's all she can do because it's not her turn. Ratspierre.
No, Domino, he was not referring to you. You are an omnivore. Carnivores only eat meat. You eat everything, right? And then he turns and he's like, and oh yes, and kind of bites his lip and aims, is like, and like throws shoots the ray of frost out of his hand again.
15 will miss. It bounces off of her armor. She's wearing chainmail.
Very good.
I know. Anything else? No, that would be it. Because it's level 1, I'm so used to more stuff being able to... Yeah, okay. What's up? All right. So, somebody, Dranella, you notice this first. There's this tromping through the woods to your left. as this strange-looking, almost decrepit old man comes quickly moving by and looks out into the field beyond. He doesn't notice you here because I'm going to assume more sneak from you as. Because you guys were all sneaky coming in anyways. As you see him reach out with his hand, and this sort of green ichor kind of flows out from his hand and reaches out for Valmarir. Valmarir, what is your AC?
16.
It will hit you. You feel this energy being sapped out of the back of you, and it's almost like your spirit is being pulled out of your back as... you take 6 points of necrotic damage. The Fist of Bane will turn to Calder, seeing that her ally has arrived, and swipe with her mace. And will miss with a 3. But Calder, it's back to your go.
If it's back to Calder, then Calder will just stay planted and take another shot at this vile villain.
You vile
because I don't have
villain.
anything else I can do. Yes,
Sure.
a vile villain. Crit.
Whoa, crit. Okay, so remember our new crit rule is you get max damage on the first die, and then you get plus an extra die on top of it.
So the extra die is also a max.
Oh,
Holy shit. All right.
shit. Tell me
So that's
how you take this Goliath worshipper of the god Bane out.
18 is enough.
Oh, like, yes, absolutely, it's enough.
Yeah.
For every player that has ever done just a 33 hit to me, I'm sorry, I have to do it.
Is 18 enough to kill a level 1 bad guy? Yes, it is.
Yes. Yes, it is. So with that being the case, Calder will actually not kill. Calder will hold his blow, but at the very least deliver a wide slash across the chest just to debilitate, and then while she's reeling, take the heavy pommel of his falchion and strike hard onto her temple, dropping her, but unconscious. He doesn't kill.
You crit. I'm gonna need make me a reflex save.
A dex save?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Wow, I've been playing a little bit Pathfinder too. Make me a dex save. Yeah.
Okay, so
I want you to be able to pull your punch a little bit here. Normally, because you crit, you're doing full damage, right?
I got a 4.
You're like, oh god, I'm gonna kill her! I hit too hard! And there's just like this gout of blood out of her neck as she falls over top of this person that she killed. Even though you tried. Had you not crit, I would have just given it to you. But I feel like you can't both pull your punch and do max damage at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. Calder will take that for a moment, look down, and go, then this is how Lathander has judged you, and turn to face the new foe.
Yeah.
Fair. Odds just went up in our favor.
Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh god, there's a skeleton. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh god, there's another skeleton. Caden.
I'm assuming I have heard what's his face? I've heard the lady go down.
Yes.
Can I
It's hard to miss.
see the other guy?
You saw the effect coming out of the woods, and technically he would have half cover from you right now.
Okay. Can I step out into a position in which I would have line of sight on him?
You do have line of sight now.
Yeah, I can actually.
He'll just have +2 AC.
Oh, I do.
Yeah.
Kristen!
Wait, what's happening?
Chris left. That's 1.
That's one.
I completely missed whatever just happened.
Chris left
I
the
don't
hall.
Chris,
Okay.
close the window.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, but everybody's still here, so we're good, and everybody's in the right place. And nobody
Actually, was trying to
changed.
mute my microphone, and I hit the leave call button, which is right next to
Okay.
it.
Yay for using new technology. Okay. Caden.
That's fine.
So separating out a little bit. Do I still have line of sight on
Absolutely.
where the spell effect came from?
Yeah, they'll just have
Okay.
half cover.
Sure, fine. Another black blast of Eldritch Blast.
Yes, roll to hit.
I'm trying to make this happen. Ah, here it is.
Well, okay. Y'all are team crit today, and I love it. So it's going to be 10 plus the crit die is a 4. So how does your black eldritch energy suck the soul out of this dude?
It's not so much soul sucking. It's more like a really heavy punch. So I would like to. It's almost like a baseball pitch to just knock him back and just send him ass over tea kettle.
You do, yes. And as you do, you hear this as the life leaves his body and he crumbles to nothing. And as he does, so do the 2 skeletons who he was bringing along with him.
Welp.
And for the moment, we are out of rounds.
For the moment.
Lorana wants to go and to the body in the river.
There are 2 now.
And well, the one with the mask, the first one,
Okay.
the first dead one.
The initial dead guy. Yeah.
Yes.
1 second. That is yeah. Okay. So, this as you flip, you're going to like flip him over and like look through his stuff.
Yes.
Okay. This gentleman was wearing this kind of pointed mask that had made of almost looked like lacquered silver. It's made of wood and leather, but is lacquered to appear silver, and it has the mane of a dragon. It is built to look a bit like a dragon, and he's got a similar looking pendant around his neck. And that pendant actually looks like it might be worth some money.
Well, I take it in the name of, right now, I take it in the name of evidence.
Sure.
And then, of course, the mask. Is there any other identifying marks? Is the cause of death drowning?
Yeah, he was punched in the face real hard, and then like his face was then slammed into the river. You're not sure if it was the drowning or the slamming, but this Fist of Bane which is what these people are called. This worshiper of Bane apparently was really rough handling this guy, and using it as an oblation to their god.
I would love to check the Fist of Bane if that's possible.
Absolutely. The Fist of Bane is actually carrying about 2 gold and 5 copper on them, and there is a emblazoned symbol of Bane, which is a blue-black hand on their chainmail and on the shield that they're carrying. But otherwise, they're not really carrying anything else.
Okay.
And just to make sure I heard you right, you did say the one in the river was wearing the mask was like a dragon mask?
Yes, it was like a dragon mask.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And is there any other, like, sometimes people who do bad things leave notes, and
Sometimes they do.
sometimes they do. Any other maps, notes, anything with the
Neither
dragon?
of these people have maps or notes on them.
All right.
And when I
are there-
examine him, I know that death has definitely.
Extra super duper. Yes.
All right.
If you find any books, please let me know.
No books, but seems as though we have evidence of this Bane individual not liking the dragon cultist.
Yep.
Do we see any? Are there any tracks or anything? Or
There are
you know,
3 trails actually moving out of here. Yeah. There's 2 to the north, 1 there, and 1 there, and 1 to the west there.
Okay.
Dranella, you just saw these people die next to you.
Yeah, there's a very hilarious thing that happened where Dranella, for some reason, just like put her hands out and closed her eyes, and then all of a sudden was like, "Wait, what?" And is just kind of stuck there with her hands like this, and is just looking around very confusedly, and then goes,
No, go ahead.
"Did I do that? No? Oh, okay."
And just be like, nah, that was me.
Well, thank you. And then is Kaden investigating the old man? Is Kaden
person?
investigating
Sure, I'll
the
do
old
that.
man?
I'll wander closer and poke at the body a bit.
Okay. And then she will kind of check out the skeletons then, just out of curiosity.
Yeah, so there's the skeletons and that guy, who actually has the symbol of Mirkul on on a pendant around his neck. Mirkul is the god, the Lord of Bones. That's right, the Lord of Bones and the undead. Their symbol, it's a triangle with a skull in the center of it. And this was obviously a necromancer. As you begin to search the three of them, you find. Let me bring up my notey notes. A strange. You find 3 gold on the necromite, and then a strange, obviously magical bone that he was carrying in one of his hands. It's got like these almost silver inlaid inscriptions along it, and it's a femur.
Charming. I'm
Sure.
going to tear off a chunk of whatever he was wearing, like his robes, wrap the cloth so I'm not touching it with my bare hands, and bring it over to Ratspear and say, hey, he had this. I don't know much about magic. Can you take a gander? And I hand over the cloth wrap bundle of femur.
Okay. Yes, I can. Thank you. And he just kind of like sits down cross-legged on the ground and lays it down and sets the bone out in front of him. The first thing he's going to do is ritually cast detect magic. I know you said it's magical, but I want to see if I can find out what type of magic it might be enchanted with.
Necromancy?
Okay. This is very dangerous. It is of necromantic energies. And I just want to take a few moments to look at it and study it to see if I can figure out what it might at least be used for.
Yeah, absolutely. Make an Arcana check.
I haven't seen it yet. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Can I use my reroll?
You may absolutely use a reroll.
Yeah, and I take the flower and I chew on it as well as at the same time that
At the rat is.
that dominance. Yes. All right, then I'll reroll that again.
Like
Gross.
Lady in the Tramp with the
21. Here we go.
This is a bone of animation. It is a magical item that allows you to summon a skeleton. You do actually have to be carrying the bones with you, however, because it will animate, essentially, one skeleton and have it work for you for an hour. So, obviously, this guy was carrying a couple of bags of bones with him and was using it to... But it will allow the skeleton to be friendly to you. It will have its own action. It'll do whatever you command without you taking your action to do it. But it does require attunement.
Okay. This bone is of necromantic energies, and I believe this is used to animate those bones that those things were carrying. So you could have skeletons of your own to play with.
Despicable.
Foul magics. It should be destroyed.
Well, when used in the right hands, this could be used for, good or whatever, or help it meet our ends.
Right now, I think we should take these items, the pendants and the mask and such, and use them as evidence to figure out what is going on. We thought we were finding a dragon cult, and now we are finding followers of powerful demons, powerful lords of evil, of hell. This is not what we thought we would find in these woods.
They seem to be in conflict with each other as well.
This interests me more than the different gods. Why? It's very important to know.
Well, demons don't share power.
Neither do dragons. Aye.
Neither do devils.
Yeah, and to be honest, if they want to fight it out, they can do the work for us. I am perfectly happy with that.
People would be caught in the crossfire.
Well,
We need to know more.
At least here, they're only killing each other.
And who's to say it not spreads closer to Elturel
I'm
or
not saying.
Baldur's Gate?
I'm just saying, right here in this forest, they are only killing each other. So I am perfectly happy to let them kill each other at the moment.
They are coming in. We know someone or coming into Elturel and stealing, and I don't want to. I have to pursue this.
We were hired to
Pursue.
remove the dragon cult specifically. And, as a caveat, anyone else that was behind what was happening.
This is true.
I believe that both groups are our target.
Besides,
So now,
go ahead.
which way do we want to go?
I am interested to see where this deed takes us. And he's holding the bone still.
Caden, did you not say that there were extra tracks?
Just to set the scene, there are 3 pathways out of here. There is one to the west, from which came that necromancer, and then kind of 2 to the north. One that is the actual river that you kind of came up, and then another one which is a cut path into these extremely dense woods.
Can we tell which way the dragon cultist might have come?
One of you got a crit on your survival, so you know that, like, you, following the river, you actually kind of came up from the south, whereas the path the dragon cultist came in was, like, directly from the west, and so it would be counterclockwise to where you are, where they would have come in. So kind of up this way.
Okay, then why don't we follow the way the dragon cultist came, since that was our initial objective? Since these groups seem to be killing each other, there's a good chance that if we find the dragon pot, we'll find the other one as well.
You have to pull your mic a little closer. You're
Yeah.
fading out. There you go.
What I was trying to say is, we were brought here initially to hunt the dragon cult.
I agree with this.
Given how things are turning out, there's a good chance that if we find the dragon cult, we'll find the other one as well.
I agree. This
So-
is statistically a smart move.
I'm glad you approve. Now, shall we continue and keep going after the dragon cult?
Yes.
We should be very careful. We don't want to end up like this gentleman here.
I think
We will.
gentleman's a bit of a stretch, but yes.
We have strength in numbers.
This is true. If there are less than us.
Let's hope so.
Okay. Which way are we going?
Dragon cultist.
Okay, so kind of around to the left.
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you going to be stealthy?
Try.
Yeah.
I'm going to pick up my robes again and walk on my tiptoes.
So let's make a group stealth check. When I do group stealth checks, even if somebody fails, if the average is above the DC, you're fine as a group. You are working together to be stealthy.
I tiptoe on a branch. No.
Oh. D20 automatically rolled my thing, so a 5.
I also got a 5. I have disadvantage on this.
I'm good.
Lorana, you would have gotten an 8. I don't know why it's rolling you with advantage. You can actually set your beyond 20 to not roll twice. So you should check that when you can.
When it came to the stealth, I pressed it twice on have it because
Oh, because yeah.
It's rolling with that because she
has
disadvantage.
And like
Yeah.
me.
Oh,
So-
because you have disadvantage.
yeah, 5.
Yeah.
I see.
Armor.
You are
Yeah.
being way more strict on the armor rules than I normally am, so I respect that. I respect your honesty. Yeah. I hadn't even thought about disadvantage on stealth checks for wearing armor, but thank you for reminding me. That was very nice of you. Cool. So,
I tiptoed my way in with a 13.
nice. As you begin to initially move your way around, you come to where the this is not a person, that's actually Rhea, in case you brought her with you, but you didn't. You initially find the area where the necromancer probably was, and then a path leading further north. But in that area over here, let's see, it's supposed to be able to shift. Why are we doing that? For some reason, I'm not shift right clicking, and I don't know why. But it's if you look to your left, there's another clearing on the map. And in that clearing is my notes. Yeah. There's a stone altar that... nope, that's the wrong one. Here we go. This is a small alcove that's used to... At the moment, there is kind of a stone sort of construction in the center with a very dead cultist on it, who looks like he was about to be raised by this necromancer when he heard about you all being here. And essentially what this guy was doing, I don't know if you want me to go super into detail, but it's kind of gross and had to do with turning his skull into wax.
Ew.
Yeah, super gross.
What happens when Lorana investigates the body in the area and such?
Yeah, go ahead and make a investigation check.
So this is obviously necromantic again.
Yes.
All right. It is very gross. I should probably not go into details.
Yeah, Lorana, you notice that there's actually some sort of cachet underneath the body. Like he's sitting on a stone slab and then it's on kind of a stone box-like construction. That's some sort of holder of stuff.
I pull it out. I bring the box out.
Okay. There is a single box in there, and it is the only... How would I describe this? There is coded language on it, and at the bottom it says Baldur's Gate. There is a single piece of vellum that's been kind of lacquered to the top of it, and written on it is this strange coded language, and the only words that you can make out are Baldur's Gate.
Oh, that's not good.
Shall we open it? Or
What have you found?
I show everyone the box.
Before you open the box, can I try and take a look at it and see if there's any booby traps on it?
Of course.
DM, what am I rolling?
To see if it's trapped, that'd be an investigation check.
Sure.
Seems fine.
Okay.
Sorry.
This is gonna go extremely well.
Reassured by Caden, Lorana will open the box.
Hold on a second. I'm going to gently take it, turn it away from all of us in case there's a spike or something that decides to come out, and open the box away from us.
Okay. As you begin to open it, first and you get it kind of open, and you realize it's nailed shut, and you kind of have to work those nails, and then there's this crack. Oh, it's just the wood breaking when I opened the box. Okay. Sitting inside the box, there was no trap, are 5 painted statues of dragons. One that is red, one that is black, one that is white, one that is green, and one that is blue.
Red, black, blue, white,
Green.
and green?
Yes.
Oh, look, it's a bloody dragon cult thingy. Caden is rolling his eyes so far that they are in danger of falling out.
This is definitely evidence.
Yes, we have to take the box.
Keaton, also make a perception check.
Sure.
There's a false bottom.
Oh, I would like to access that false bottom, please.
You pull they're relatively light. Altogether, their statues are about this big. And as you pull them out, they're in total probably about 5 pounds. They're about a pound a piece. And you pop the false bottom out, and it's a bunch of jewels. It's probably the shit that was stolen.
Okay. Tuck it back in the box, hand off the box to one of my party members, probably call her and just say, looks like we found their stash. This is the shit that got taken, I think.
Yes.
Sorry, did that not come through?
No, it did.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Hand it off to Calder.
Calder will take it, and after a moment of thinking about it, will actually hand it off to Angel. And say, if there are more of these cultists in the woods, it is far more likely that I may draw their ire than you. We need this to not be damaged.
I will guard it.
I trust you, brother. And like he leans in, like kind of like bonks his horns against Angel's.
Do we want to continue in pursuit?
Yes. Let's continue.
As you continue to go on this cutout path, you see a dragon cultist, unmoving, standing at the area where you believe the other path that the dragon cultist would have entered this clearing area.
When you say standing unmoving, does it look like they alive? Do they show any signs at all of normal, like
Make a
breathing,
perception
shifting?
Kitty!
Why do you expect me to do things I'm not good at?
I don't know, because you asked me questions that were perception-based.
Damn it. Why do I ask questions?
I don't know. That's your own fault. No, super dead. In fact, as you're looking at it, there's a spear point coming out of his mouth. He has stood up to look like he's standing guard, but has actually been impaled by a spear that has been plunged into the ground, and now he's just standing here. Dead. Super dead.
Calder points that out to the group. That it's very clear this is a dead person who has basically been scarecrowed to stand guard.
Disgusting.
Is this person wearing a mask like the other one?
Yes, and in fact, you can see the mask here. I'm going to blink. There we go. It looks like that.
Oh, you might.
That is a big mask.
Well, he's a big guy. Yeah.
Terrible in combat. You can grab that, jerk it around. No.
Is there anything else on the body?
That's why I like go bald.
Is there there's 1 gold and 4 copper. And notes. Everybody carries a little bit of pocket change.
Yeah.
And he's got a silver ring as well with an insignia of a multiple-headed dragon.
Taking that.
Taking that.
It's Tiamat.
I feel as though we should make sure that the dragon cult evidence is in one bag with Angel, and then I'm willing to carry the evidence about the
other cult.
The other cult. So this way we can separate the evidence about the cults.
It's not a bad idea.
Am I carrying the? Who's carrying the? Am I still carrying the bone staff?
I'd say so.
Okay.
It is almost
It
a
would be a
staff to
staff
you because
to you,
it's
wouldn't it?
it's like a human femur, so it's almost a staff to you. It's at least a walking cane. Yeah.
Lorana would look and say, I'm not sure that should be out. Do you? I mean,
I could place it under my cloak if it bothers you.
Well, no, it's just evidence of the of
the necromancy
and such.
activities.
Yeah. Do you mind if I wrap it up and have it with the other evidence?
Sure, that's fine, unless you want us to use it to assist us.
No.
All right, it just would increase the odds in our favor. Here.
Well, let's keep it in case of an emergency, but for now we'll stow it with the evidence.
What kind of emergency is going to necessitate undeadness?
If there's 200 cultists over there, I'd rather have a little more help.
If there's 200 cultists, we go back to Elturel and we get the rest of the flaming fist and we come and burn the entire hive.
Yes.
Or we could use a skeleton to distract all of them.
If there are that many, we engage because we have immunity at level 1.
No, we
We were told this. It's in the contract.
Before moving on, Calder actually turned to Lorana. Yes, go ahead.
I was actually just thinking that I am hurt.
Yes.
I tried to act strong, but
I have boo-boo.
I could use some healing.
All right. Lorana will
I could use a short rest to study a bit.
What do you want to
I-
study?
I don't.
Short
think
rest?
time-
Shall we short rest?
Hmm. They
I'm
know.
fine with it.
Short rest takes an hour, though.
Yes.
My short rest take a half an hour, but yes, I think an hour is too long. I think a half an hour is fine. However, it is a half an hour.
How
Yes.
bad is Valmarir hurt?
Half.
Half.
In
half-
half.
in
half. That's
Cut
very
in
Lorana will
generous.
go over.
Well, hold on, because I also have healing, and it doesn't cost a spell.
Yeah.
All right. If you would like to do it, then of course.
I'm just saying. 'cause
Suck that whole energy right back in.
Yeah. So Lorana goes out, and I guess you stop her and you
yeah.
offer.
Yeah. Calder will step forward and say, the small gift that Lathander has given me is only good for mending wounds, whereas I know your magic can do far more. It may be useful to save it. And he'll reach out and lay on hands to Valmarir for the entire 5. So 5 hit points straight back.
Thank you, brother.
I could mend your shirt if you need it.
No, I'm fine.
Okay.
And with that, though, Calder will turn to Lorana and say, these bodies here, I understand that they are dragon cultists, but does Coralan Lorathian have anything to do with putting these souls to rest?
Well, I do. Lorana would be wanting to, try to prevent, because Lorana is a grave cleric, so the cycle of life and death is natural for her. And she, of course, would want the dead to remain dead and be treated even though they are. So if that's somehow she can check on that and make sure it's happening. I know there's a balance between time and.
Yeah, make me a religion check real quick.
Oh my gosh. Have I used my reroll?
You have not.
How long do these rerolls last, by the way?
Yes.
Oh, there we go.
As long as you remember you have it until you've used it.
I have used it. There we go. 19.
There is a specific invocation you can give that you believe, while not a permanent proof against, like, raising the dead, will help at least shepherd the souls on of these bodies. To whatever
Then Lorana would be.
Okay.
Yeah, then Lorana would be doing that.
Okay. Anything else before we move on?
Not for me.
Okay. So as you know, you now have kind of the entrance kind of to the southwest over here, and then it kind of cuts into the northeast into a larger clearing that you haven't explored or looked at yet.
Logic dictates we should go in this direction.
Probably the smaller path before the larger clearing. Just clear out the outer rim of the area before moving into the center.
Lead on, Calder.
Calder will not lead on. Calder will turn to Janela, actually, and say, you've far more ability to move swift and silent. If you wouldn't mind scouting ahead, I'll back you up.
Very well.
Make a stealth check.
Do. Stealthy stealth.
Okay, so here's what you see. Boop, 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 and boop. There are 2 people dressed in black hoods standing over a body they're on this small mound in the middle of what looks to be where the creek comes in and kind of flows around it. Creates about a 3-foot wide or a 3-foot deep, maybe water barrier between them, and it appears that the body on the altar is very, very dead.
And the two figures are very, very alive?
Yeah, they're kind of talking over the body.
Okay,
Yeah.
just double checking. Can I hear anything? Like, can I eavesdrop?
Make a perception check. Yes, make a perception check.
Okay.
You catch tidbits here and there about taking their treasure, bringing it back,
Okay.
blah blah blah, stuff like that. Like, glad we found this. Well, the other weird thing is each of them have what looks to be a glass rose about this big, pinned to their chest that is glowing almost a bright red orange.
That's not.
Janela will like almost like double back a little bit just to relay what she's heard and seen and kind of like get the consensus of the group as to how we want to move forward.
A glowing glass rose. Is anyone familiar with that?
Does it sound arcane to me?
Hang on. I can tell you real quick, actually, if anyone would have heard of it. Who had the ball problem? It was Lorana, right? You know about ball, right?
Bane. Yeah,
you know
the
about
first
Bane.
guy.
Yeah.
Bane, yes.
You know about Bane, not ball. Okay, so anybody who's trained in religion could make a religion check.
Not me.
Not me.
Nope.
I am. Lorana is.
Okay, Lorana.
Nice.
You know about the god Baal, murder god, and in fact, now that you've seen Mirkul, Baal, and Bane all in the same place, you realize this is the cult of the Dead Three, which is the big nasty cult in Baldur's Gate. What they're doing out here, I don't know, but here they are working together to do something. That is a rose of Baal. Whenever it is near a creature who contains a shard of the soul of Baal, it glows brightly.
And it's currently glowing while
Yes.
on their body.
Well, on their bodies. Yeah. You have to be pretty
Okay.
close to it. It's not like 100 feet. It's like 10 feet. Another thing you would know, actually, with a 17, is that the first time Baal was killed, he chose to send shards of his soul out into the multiverse, seeding those just being born and those yet to be born with a piece of his soul. Even if they didn't know it, even if they weren't evil. They may have a piece of that demon deity within them.
Is there any chance that Ratspear played Baldur's Gate and Baldur's Gate 2?
There's not.
All right.
Was
He may have
waiting for that.
That's so
He may have LARPed it.
You see Lorana just like when she hears about the glowing red rose and she just hears the words of her teacher Cass and how that elf would instruct her in religion and she just looks at you and it's just like the cult of the dead three. They're usually active in Baldur's Gate. Why are they all the way out here? Outside Elturel? Holiest city? We have to do something.
should we
Hi.
stop them?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Whatever it is that they're up to, it can't be anything good.
That is almost a certainty.
Well, let's go get rid of these two minions of Ballsack or whatever he's calling himself.
I don't think that's what it was.
Doesn't
That's
matter.
what I heard. I heard the ball sack.
Oh my God, Kaden, I love you so much.
Kaden kind of winks when Lorana says that.
Yes, we have to do this.
Well then, let us go make a mess.
Second verse, same as the first.
Aye.
Yep.
Then I'll draw their fire. Take them down as swiftly as you can.
Good plan.
All right, put yourself kind of where you want to be to start this out.
Is that
Just-
an okay spot?
Out in the open, like waving at him.
No, we
Okay.
would still be down in here, right?
Okay. Yeah, you can be anywhere within that kind of arc, and I won't make you make a stealth check for it. If you move beyond that, I would make you make stealth and perception checks and stuff like that.
Can I be in the bushes?
You
And
may
be
be
a little bushy goblin.
You may be a little bushy goblin.
All right.
Yeah, Kaden would like to find a tree or something to duck behind.
Okay. Yeah, as long as you're within the green squishy bit, which is trees, you are fine to hide to begin this thing. If somebody is walking out like Calder into the open, you're not hidden.
You're not hidden, Calder.
We know we're
We
not
got a
hidden.
donation. What was the donation? I missed it. Midge Redux, thank you for the $100 donation. Oh my
Thank
God.
you.
That is amazing. We love you.
Thank you so much. Holy shit.
Yay. So far, we've raised, I think, $170 this stream. That's pretty great. Yep.
Very
Yeah.
good. That's statistically is very good.
Is it statistically?
it
That's
is.
very good.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh my God, this is
All right.
going to become a running joke, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Good.
Okay.
At least until I bury it.
It's amazing.
That's when you trip it. So it's no running
Yeah.
joke.
Yeah, as for not being hidden, I don't know if you saw my character sheet. I'm a paladin.
Yes,
I don't
I'm
hide.
aware. Yeah. All right. So you
And
begin to.
Lorana,
Okay.
not wanting Calder to die,
Yes.
is right there with him.
All right.
She knows.
Thank you.
She knows Caden is also there, but hides. He hides, and he has our back that way.
Sure.
But so
So, being that, you're not really. There's not going to be a sneak attack round. As you're drawing the fire here.
well,
It-
for us,
Yes?
I think for Calder and Lorana is definitely not surprised.
Yes.
But maybe the others, and that
Maybe
we
the
are
others?
trying
Well,
to
if
convince
you-
them it's
well-
just us.
So, sneak attack would assume that they have no knowledge or no idea that they're under attack yet, right? And so, if your job is to draw fire, they're going to be combat ready enough to be able to be like looking around. You know what I mean?
Okay.
That's fair. That's
Yeah.
fair. That's fair.
Okay.
If some of you
But they
choose
will
to be wooga, then it's probably gonna Why can't I?
But they're going to attack us first
I
before.
don't think I'm going to do that.
Oh, okay, there we go.
No.
I'm
Next
ready.
time.
All right. Why don't we roll initiative?
Why don't we?
All right.
I mean, we can.
Open, and then
I might
click
actually
your-
need to. I'm gonna reload.
That's fine.
Sorry, you're gonna see a weird mappy thing here real quick.
Oh, thank God! I finally rolled something decent for initiative.
Did 3 of us get 17s?
Damn.
Wow.
Why did it not
Four.
go to my character sheet?
No, 3.
Why did it what?
Oh no, it did. Oh, I'm done.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about me.
Cleric speed.
Don't
Cleric
you
speed.
worry about me. Oh, okay. So we need to.
Oh, it hurts because it's true.
Yes. Yeah,
So
I have
sorry.
to reload this. There we go.
Uh-oh.
Do-do-do-do.
That didn't work.
Blink. There we go. And come over here. Thank you. And do that. and do that, and do that. Blink. Oh, I shouldn't have rolled on there. I forgot. I'm not using those dice. Oh, you can't see. Other people can see it, so it's fine.
Just move them out of the layer.
All right. So starting with Caden. Although you want to start with Calder, so Calder, you go ahead and go first.
Sure.
Sure. Calder goes first, and basically same thing as last time. We go 5. Is this difficult terrain? This whatever this is.
It's water, but I'm not going to call it difficult terrain.
It's sloshy water I can get through.
Yes, it's slushy water. 10, 15, 20. Yeah, you're fine.
Okay. Then Calder steps forward and sword and shield in hand, announces himself with "Recant, and Lathander may spare ye."
Okay. They look at you, and one of them is has a dagger that's like dripping blood from the obviously murdered person on the thing. And then they start to come towards you.
And he moves in. That's all. It's just give me permission to fight you.
let me murder you. Yes.
This is going to be an ongoing strategy. Things could go badly for us at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah, they probably could. You're right on that. But charging in, blade held high, shield up front. 17.
Hits.
Wait, why did it not roll the damage? Roll the damage?
Oh, you click. There you go.
Oh, I gotta click that. 5.
What are their hit points? Not quite enough, because level 1. Big gash across the chest. And then Caden.
I'm going to target the one that Calder just engaged.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to hit it with Black Witchfire again.
Nice.
It's the best kind of witch fire.
19's going to hit and 3 more damage. Still up, though.
Yeah, I would like to shift position a little bit so he doesn't have exact bead on my location.
Please do. Anything else?
Nope, I'm good.
Ratspear.
I'm going to be boring, and I'm going to cast a ray of frost against the one in front of Calder.
That's not boring.
Nope.
It's boring to me.
Okay.
That's helpful.
It is level 1. We are.
It is a 10.
It actually hits the body behind it in the leg.
Oops, I'm very sorry. It was hard to see over these bushes.
Valmarir.
Okay. So I am going to move 5, 10, 15, 20. I'm going to move here.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm very slow. And that's all I can move.
You can only move 25?
I can only move 20.
Why?
Why can you only move 20?
That's what it says my walking speed is.
Your speed should be 30.
I have a walking of 20 and a flying of 20.
Oh, it's because you get the flight that you have a lower both. That makes sense.
Yep.
But you have a halberd, right?
No, I have scimitars.
Oh, scimitars. Who had the halberd?
No one has a halberd.
I don't know why I thought that. Never mind.
I was talking about it, but I don't have it.
Okay. Never mind. I'll shut up. Okay.
That's my turn.
I could use one if you would want to give me one.
I mean, you can always dodge. Make sure you can't get hit.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'll do that.
Dranella.
Okay.
Give you a push.
Whoop, no, I need this. I need that button. Is gonna step forward till about here. Is gonna close her eyes once again and stick her hands out. She doesn't know why she keeps doing this, but she's instinctually drawn to do it, and she's going to attempt to cast Eldritch Blast. Once I find where to click the thing. Did it do it? No, it didn't. Oh, why is it rolling on the... That is weird. It is rolling on my... For some reason.
if you click on the spell and then you look on the right-hand side where the description pops up, there's a
Yeah.
little button that says cast on VTT.
Yeah, for some reason it cast on my roll 20, which is annoying, and I'm going to ignore that completely because that was weird. I don't know why I did that.
How do you take this cultist out?
This like ball of like ruby red energy kind of like flies out of her hands, and she kind of pops her eyes open, and she's like she's just like in shock that she actually did that. And it just like hits the cultist, I guess, and just kind of like explodes. Kind of, the cultist doesn't explode; the ball explodes.
As the ball explodes, the energy wraps around him, and you feel it actually drawn back into you. And there's this voice in the back of your head that just says thank you. The night blades go. This one is clearly dead. So he's going to do that. And then 5, 10, 15, 20 up into Calder. And then out of stealth from the other side of the thingy come 2 more bad guys. Oh my gosh. It's like they were scouting or something. Token layer. And token layer. And object. No, that's yeah, that's correct. And then we do this, and then we go that, and then we do that, and then whoosh, kind of stays in cover, both of them, but we'll shoot their longbows at Dranella and Calder. So first one at Dranella. What doing? Rolled a
Statistically, things have changed dramatically.
17. Arc like Phoenix with the 500 bits. Thank you. That's going to be a reroll for into the reroll pool. So whenever anybody does a tier 1 subscription or donates 500 bits, the team gets a reroll to put into the pool. We're not pushing it right now because we would love for folks to donate, but if you feel like giving us rerolls, you can do that too. But what is your AC, Dranella?
It is 12.
12. The longbow hits you square in the chest for 3 points of damage.
Okay.
So not square in the chest. It kind of like cuts you a little bit and then kind of... Calder, I rolled a 9.
No.
Okay. The Nightblade who came up on you. I rolled a 10.
No. Again.
Okay.
So catching the arrow, once you're parrying the other away, he turns towards the 2 longbowmen and goes, "Fire away, cowards!"
Nice. Lorana.
Lorana will here and wants this one to give me a dexterity saving throw. DC 13.
They have no dex bonus. Fails.
3 radiant damage.
A little flicker of light. Boink. Caden, top of the round.
Okay. You hear from the bushes, you hear Caden yell out to Calder, "What have we said about not challenging the enemy?" And, a little bit forward.
You said.
Yeah, I told you not to do it. Why do you keep doing this? Oh my god! And step forward on the northern edge of the map. This one.
Yeah. Northwest.
Yeah, another witchfire.
Hit it.
Come on, I think I missed.
With a 10, you absolutely missed. I mean, but just barely, but absolutely. But just barely.
And Caden's going to move like a little bit further down to stay in cover, but so he doesn't, it's harder to retaliate against him.
Respect. And now you're standing by a dead friend. Ratspear.
Can I defer to the others, to Calder and them?
Yeah, Valmarie and Calder.
Yeah, you guys go ahead, and I'll go after you because I can use my range if I need to.
Valmarie, I can set you up for flanking if you let me go first.
Okay.
If you're cool with that.
Yes.
Okay. Then Calder will 1, 2, 3 swing around to the side here. In order to set Valmarie up and make for another swipe against this cultist. All while casting one eye back towards Dranella and going, That was you the last time with the wolves too, wasn't it? When did you learn to do that?
I don't know.
Well, it's
And
useful now.
Rana is standing there going, why are we having a full discourse during battle?
Well, obviously, Calder's more focused on talking than he is on fighting because he misses a lot.
Oh, horrendously.
Valmarir.
So I'm going to move in to flanking.
Mm-hmm.
So that is a -2 to their AC.
That is a -2 to their AC. That is correct.
And not advantage per the rules we're playing.
Yes.
So I hit 17
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that totally hits.
for 3 damage.
Mm-hmm.
And then with the bonus action, I'll hit with the offhand scimitar.
Sure.
And I'll hit again.
Yeah, you will for 3 more damage. And you take him out. And as you do, both of their roses go dark.
I take one of my scimitars and I hold it up to the one that's in the northeast, and I go, "Come and fight us, you cowards!"
Okay. Calder. Oh, I'm sorry. Ratspear.
All right. So we have not seen these other ones are hidden in the bushes.
You know they're there now. They're just going to have a higher AC because they're also in cover.
All right.
Yep.
Well, I don't want to waste this opportunity to clean my feet, so I'm going to run out, grab my my robes up high enough to run my feet into the water, and then I am going to swish my feet and turn and bite my lip and shoot at the other one with another ray of frost.
Northwest or northeast?
Northeast. This one.
Yeah.
12.
That's going to hit. Oh, no, it's actually not because they're in cover. I'm sorry. It explodes on a tree next to them, and you see them kind of flinch. But it doesn't actually.
I'm going to turn and run back into the bushes again.
Okay. Dranella.
What am I gonna do? Okay.
You got hit
That was
by an
very
arrow.
refreshing on my toast.
Yeah, I got hit by an arrow.
Not
Let's see.
hard, but yeah.
I did get hit by an arrow. How much? Okay, that's 30 feet. I can do that. That's fine. Okay. She will, in confusion, turn her hands that way and try again. She has no idea what she's doing, but she's gonna try again.
Yep.
It's something like that. And
Hits for 6. Nice. There's a crackle of light, and you don't smell the flesh because you're a little far away, but you see the kind of smoke coming off of both the person underneath the cloak and the cloak itself, and he kind of reels back, and then it's his go, and he draws his longbow and shoots it at you because you're obviously a threat. And we'll roll a 15.
a 15 hits, but can I use shield?
You may.
Okay, I'm going to
Bonus action. So that's going to add 4 to your AC. What's your AC now?
5. That's 5.
5.
Or 5. I'm sorry. Yeah. So what is your total AC?
Sorry. Why can't I math all of a sudden? 17.
Okay. Yeah, you bring it up, and punk, the arrow goes flipping off. The other one shoots at Calder shoots at Valmarir. Nope, shoots at Valmarir because Valmarir just killed someone. And rolls it 2. All right, Lorana, it's your go.
Lorana will go here. Can she see this one?
Mm-hmm. Valmarir and Calder, you notice this bit. Lorana, because you're looking in the wrong direction, you don't. Both of the roses light up. What are you doing?
I'm going to dexterity saving throw, please. DC 13.
Crashes into his chest and he's super dead. And his little rose goes pew. Top of the round with Caden.
Gonna move up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And same asshole.
Same asshole.
Second verse.
Hits? No, it doesn't because it's no, it would actually hit. So yes, for 3, and you take him out. And his little rose goes. Pew.
Okay.
And we're out of combat.
That was mildly irritating.
I didn't get my
Lorana.
feet clean.
That was terrifying.
Yes.
Not
I'm gonna wander in Dranella's direction and check on her, make sure she's okay.
a little bit wounded, but she's up for now.
I don't hear punch things, and Caden starts looking for a friend who actually does the heal.
Lorena
Go ahead.
wants to inspect the cultist bodies and definitely the Rose.
Yeah,
and
so
such.
I'm gonna go look at the ones that had the bows.
okay.
Yeah,
So between the 4 cultists, Lorana, these 2 still have glowing roses. The 2 that Caden, you go to look at don't have glowing roses right now. But all 3 of them have potions of healing, 2d4 plus 4, I think.
Okay.
So you will now have potions of healing. And that rose thing, that is what they're carrying, and a gold apiece. So 4 gold.
Can we check the body that's in the center?
Yes! Good job. That body also has something on it. Hang on.
I would
Something
like to
important.
take a look.
Something that one might call plot.
Plot points are very important. I read a lot.
Yes. Let me...
Statistically, very important.
Statistically.
I hear 100% of good stories have plot.
Yes. No? Oh, that's Baldur's Gate Gadgetry. That's not where it ends. Handouts. Here we go. Doink. Show to players. Show to everyone.
Oh,
Boink.
a letter.
Yes.
It has words.
What's this?
Head to the bathhouse in Baldur's Gate and retrieve our queen's stolen treasure. The bathhouse is located in the northern portion of the lower city. It has a walled garden and frolicking nymphs carved into its front gates. If Duke
Van Thimper.
thinks she can use our queen's treasure to buy the loyalty of the cult of the Dead Three, she is sorely mistaken. I'll be looking for you in Baldur's Gate when I arrive. Bring the treasure to me then, or
Ultis.
Ultis will come for you. Wormspeaker. Resimir?
Yes. The only
Oh,
names
no.
you notice in that, Duke Van Thimper is one of the 4 leaders of Baldur's Gate.
Yes, we would definitely know that.
Yes. And so, for some reason, the obvious conclusion to be drawn out of this, because I want you to draw the obvious conclusion, is that for some reason, Duke Van Thimper is in cahoots with the Dead Three, and they are working to steal what the Cult of the Dragon is stealing.
And who is this queen?
Presumably the leader of the dragon cult. Or the thing that they worship.
Do we know about Tiamat?
I don't know how common knowledge Tiamat. I would say.
As a sage, would I know of these?
Oh, you're a sage.
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
I am proficient in history.
Yeah, you would know
And
about
especially
Tiamat.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, you don't know like deep lore and history, but you know that like the queen of the dragons is Tiamat. And if there was a cult worshipping dragons, they'd be worshipping the queen of the evil dragons, the chromatic dragons, is Tiamat.
So can we assume that it was the queen's treasure, the dragon queen's treasure, that they were looking to buy off this cult of the Dead Three?
So Ratspear is the dragon queen, an actual dragon, or
I'm assuming it's referring to one of the gods, Tiamat.
Do any of us who are from Baldur's Gate, like natives to Baldur's Gate, know which bathhouse they're referring to?
That it is a known bathhouse. It is there aren't that many bathhouses in Baldur's Gate. And if you make me, we'll just call it like a recall check, so like an intelligence check. With advantage because it's in the lower city and you're all from the lower city.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna roll again.
Sure.
Advantage.
Yeah. That.
Oh no, sorry, I hit the wrong button for saving throws.
Oh no, it's fine.
Let me
It's
do
fine.
that.
They're going to be the same, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not proficient anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So, yes, you do recall a bathhouse with nymphs. Outside of it, it's only 4 or 5 blocks actually from Angel's Bar.
I let the group know that this is very close to where some of us consider home turf. That could be problematic.
Oh, and with your rumor monger, this is actually very helpful for you right here. With your rumor monger, Ratspear,
Yeah. Yes.
you know that is actually owned by the Van Thampers.
Ooh, I explained this to the group.
Well,
Seems their plot has thickened.
oh yes.
Seems we have something to investigate.
Very much so. It's
this
deeper
would-
than we first thought.
Also, Lorana is holding the 2 roses, right? 2 of the 4 roses, and they're still glowing.
Those 2 are still glowing indeed.
Where are the other 2?
Caden picked them up. If Caden comes back to the group, they'll begin glowing again.
I look at the rose and then look at the group and go, is someone...
Okay, as I said, he spread the seeds across the multiverse, and they land. They're like seeds anywhere in the wind. They land anywhere, and just because you have it doesn't mean you are necessarily evil or know about it.
Hmm.
In case it's one of us, understood?
We
It has
could,
to be one of
And
us.
Lorana,
Living.
we need to figure this out. And Lorana wants to put them like on the ground,
Mhm.
we could walk
right.
away
Okay.
one at a time.
one at a time. So, Ratspear,
I'll go first if you want.
you go first.
Yeah, I'll step away from the group.
Still glowing.
Okay, come back.
No, we need you to stay.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Stay at
Yeah.
the 10 feet range.
I could go next.
As you walk away, they continue to glow.
Come on, Domino. Domino waited for that.
As Domino walks away, they turn off. No, they continue to glow.
That would be amazing.
Right?
Plot twist already.
Who's next?
Janela will go next, still looking at her hands in confusion.
As you walk away, they continue to glow.
Okay.
I have a question before we go further.
Hmm?
What happens when we know the answer? And how do we not know that someone does not already know the answer? And then
I am not worried about it.
As Lorana said, what is inside does not dictate a person's fate. And Calder makes a pointed look at himself, at Dranela, at Caden, and at Valmarir, and then turns to Ratspear and gives him a knowing nod and says, as I'm sure all of us can attest.
Who's next?
Hope, why don't you take this next one?
I am not afraid to know. And Calder steps away.
Still glowing.
There is a visible sign of relief on his face.
Does that leave Angel?
And Lorana.
And Lorana.
Oh, Lorana.
You have always held 2 that have been illuminated.
I know.
And
it.
Angel is going to walk away.
And they stay glowing.
And Lorana then walks away. And then Lorana walks forward.
All right.
It seems that you have been, for lack of a better word, blessed. Don, get it together.
I stand and I do this. Lorena does this. If you want to take my weapons, and
No, you are not on trial here.
Stupid, you're
No,
smart.
they're glowing roses. This is no, this is not an issue right now. Nor will it ever be.
Lorana, as you said, he spread his scattered like seeds far and wide. What's inside, as Calder said, doesn't reflect what's on the outside. It's okay.
You haven't jumped us. I'm not bothered.
Listen, we will not allow anything to happen to you. You are a cleric traveling with hope, serenity, and an angel.
When you say serenity,
Lorana,
This sounds like a choir.
Lorana, I have been taught all my life to hide who I am. And Lorana is going to put the roses down and she's going to step aside. And I can count on my hand how many people know this about me. And she takes a deep breath, and then spectral wings come out. And she's like, my mother was an elf and my father is human. But I don't know if you know what an Azamar is.
You're the reverse version of us. And I himself, Count Calder, and like all the tieflings in the party.
Children of the higher planes.
Is this why you've been glowing at night?
I suppose. I know you told me it was getting brighter the closer to Elturel we were getting.
So you were aware of these?
I don't know. I wasn't aware of the glowing until Dranela. I cannot watch myself sleep, Rat Spear.
No, I mean this seed.
Well,
Does it matter if she was? It's not something she could control any more than we could control what we are.
there have been many.
It doesn't matter to me if you had your reasons to keep it from us. I don't mind.
Whichever form you choose to display yourself as, know that we support you.
Thank you, my friends. And then the runner will wrap up the roses and put it with the other evidence.
Aiden really wants to make a sarcastic comment, but I'm not sure it's the right time.
Calder will step forward and hold out a hand, waiting for Lorana's permission. He wants to lay it upon her shoulder.
Yes, she does.
He does so, and says, "The circumstances of my own birth are not exactly something that my own God would approve of. I have chosen every day to be better than that. You have chosen every day to be better. They hear that. They understand that. And more importantly, we hear that and we understand that. You revealing this. It is a bravery that I wish I had.
Thank you. Thank you.
We will get through this together, sister, wherever this road leads.
Thank you.
Shall we look for more cultists?
Yep.
Well,
Oh,
while
yes.
we're on the
What is
subject
going
of-
on with you?
I don't know. But while we're on the subject of identity and things that are weird, I can do stuff with my hands.
Most can. Opposable thumbs.
No. Hold on. I mean, I have been having really weird dreams, and I don't know why I'm obsessed with learning about things like magic, and I don't know what's happening to me. That's the grand total of it. I don't know what's happening to me.
When did this start?
And Janela will think backwards. You know when we found that, and she pulls it out, this dagger?
You took that?
Yeah,
I don't
didn't
blame
you
you at all.
do that?
It looks like a very nice dagger.
I would have taken it.
And you see Janela all of a sudden become very animated, and she's like, isn't it amazing? It's so beautiful, right? I mean, how could I not take it?
Go ahead, Bummer.
I agree. You should have taken the dagger, and I am proud of you that you have taken something that you thought was beautiful.
Calder looks over at Bummer here, eyebrows slowly raising.
Caden has one hand on Calder's shoulder, let us finish. Her finish. Don't yell at her about stealing it first. Let's hear the whole story.
And the really weird part was when I cast the thing in the forest, and then when I did it again, I heard something in my head.
Oh, this could be a cursed item of sorts. Could also be something very powerful. I suggest at some point in time you allow me to take a look at it for you.
She holds the dagger closer to her, and she's like, "Yeah, I don't mind looking it up in your books."
I would give it back to you, not a problem. Just
Okay.
look at it. You could be present at the moment.
Okay.
Something we can explore together.
Sure.
None of this has happened after we worked that job together, though, right? This is the first time.
Yeah, I mean, I've been feeling I've been having weird dreams for a month or two now, and I've been feeling weird for about the same amount of time, but this is the first time.
This is just your subconscious projecting your guilt for stealing a dagger. That is all it is. It will pass.
But how do you explain the weird projectile thing?
Figment of your imagination.
I just can't.
It only works if it's just them that sees it. We all saw it.
Caden, what did you say, Caden?
I said, have you seen the shit that I can do? Because, honey, that may have come from, what we are.
Oh dear.
This could also be true.
I mean, I woke up with the ability to throw shit like this, so I took it and I weaponized it. I made it into something I can control. I don't know if that's the right approach for you, but it's something to consider. And heck, if it helps and it isn't, actively causing problems for you, I don't see a problem with it.
Just because it is useful does not mean that we should approach it without caution. And
I'm
Calder,
not saying to be cautious about it. We still don't know what it is, but so far it seems to be able to help. So I'm not saying we should forsake it entirely.
so far. And then Calder looks pointedly over at Janela and then gives a small nod and says, I just don't want anything bad to happen to you. Especially not knowing where that came from.
Yeah, me neither. But something tells me it's too late.
It's never too late.
And as you say that, you hear this crashing through the woods, and
oh no!
out through into the clearing comes Reyna with a sword out, going, "I'm here to help."
We're good, but thank you.
Your timing is impeccable.
Oh, good heavens! We would have died had you not come.
You've been gone so long, I thought something happened.
Well,
A lot happened.
We'll brief you on the way back to Elturel.
Okay. If we don't leave soon, it's going to be dark, and we'll have to camp. Did you find-
that would be the worst?
Did you find interesting stuff?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Okay, but tell me on the way back.
We will.
Okay.
The girl is right. We don't want to be caught out here at night, especially after everything we found.
Yes. Let's go. We have things to report.
You make your way back to your mounts relatively easily and start making your way back to Elturel, which at first, as night begins to come, it gets dark, but the closer and closer you get to the city, it's very weird having kind of this fiery red sort of sunset off in the distance, and then this globe of light just hanging over the city, kind of providing this holy light. Except when you come over the last hill on your way into the city, the light starts to change.
Uh-oh.
Suddenly, the companion turns black and begins to seize with power. There is a near-deafening crack, and it seems as if the city itself has just shifted, almost tilting over on its side a bit. And there's another crack, this time followed by a wave of darkness emanating out from the companion and roiling out in every direction, quickly overtaking you with a rush of hot wind. There is a terrible series of screeching, grinding, and cracking noises, almost like chains being pulled over stone, combined with the smell of brimstone and rotting flesh. Then a pop. And just as you were nearly blown backwards, the darkness recedes with hurricane force, pulling back into a smoking crater where once sat holy Elturel. And there, upon the wind, you see a scarf come fluttering down, singed but still whole. It is hand-woven and contains all the colors of the rainbow. Rhea begins to weep. And this is where we're going to end the first episode of Dark Descent.
Yeah, it looks like
Statistically, this should not have happened.
Yeah, that's dark enough. Holy shit.
Yeah, figured she was there for a reason. Well,
All right. Well, thank you all for coming out to our very first episode of this new D&D 5e campaign, Dark Descent, doing the Descent into Avernus campaign. Yay! I am very excited to be playing with this group of people, some of whom I've never got to run games for before, some of whom this is my first game even playing with them, and it's been super awesome so far, and I imagine it's going to be amazing moving forward. Let's go around and get thoughts on the first session and shout-outs to where else we can find you on the internet from the team, starting with Don.
Yes, hello everybody. I am Don. I am Jago. I had the wonderful pleasure of playing Calder, also known as Hope, tonight. You can also find me here on Thursdays at the same time, where I run Hyperdrive, the First Ember. It is a Star Wars story based on the Roll5 system that games like Sigmata, the Signal Kills Fascists, is based on. The main system is called Airlock. We're like 17 episodes in of just constant growing of a rebellion against the Galactic Empire and punching space fascists in the fucking face. It's great. The team describes themselves as disaster lesbian heroes who just really hate the Empire, and that's not wrong. What else did you want me to say? I'm sorry. I'm like
About tonight. Talk about tonight's show.
Tonight.
Tonight was great. Tonight was absolutely great. I've really enjoyed getting to play Calder. Finally, we've been talking about these characters for like weeks now. So the party already feels like pretty gelled and defined in how we approach and interact with each other. I really, really loved what's it called? Like the reveals at the end there from Lorana and from Dranella. Like that's super fucking cool. I love seeing stuff like that. And everything else was just, it felt very heroic up until the end, and then it didn't feel that heroic at all, but I'm ready for that. I'm ready for that. That's it. I don't have anything else to say. Mondays, go check out side quests. Go check out side quests on Mondays. We are still looking for GMs for June and players for June who would like to come and sign up. Side quests are a one-shot series where anyone can come and play. No system experience needed, no prior anything needed. Just need a webcam and a camera, and that's the same thing, and a mic, and the time to come and join in some great games. You can check it out on Welcome to the Party's Discord.
Nice. And thank you to Everhearth and Arcos Redux for their donations, I think of $30 and $20. They came by really quick, but I love you for what you just did. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Sweet. We love you. Let's do Smurf.
Hi, I'm Smurf. You can find me on the internet at DSC_Smurf. I am a founder, dungeon master, and player at Dumpstat Charisma. I also play on SoBear RPG and All Nerds Here. Tonight was awesome, introducing all the characters and how quickly we got into backstory stuff and roleplay stuff, and how we were able to elaborate on existing connections and kind of reference those that we had like literally talked about, briefly in session 0. Was super cool. Really enjoyed everybody's characters and getting to know them. It was really, really fun.
Sweet. Michelle.
I'm Michelle Ely. You can find me on Twitter at Michelle Ely or in our wonderful Discord. You can find me tomorrow on this channel, Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern. I am in the Waverly 98 game. I play Darcy. We're a bunch of teenagers. It's 1998. It's summer. There's ghosts, and we're trying to figure out what's going on. So just sort of think, I don't know, Goonies, Stranger Things, Scooby-Doo, sort of Buffy, sort of the deal. So come on by. And then on Tuesdays, this channel, 8 p.m. Eastern, I am Jova on our Rifts game with Brock. And then about tonight, first off, I was completely stunned to be asked to be with this crew because some of you have played together, especially, Chris and Smurf, you have, played together a lot, and, Leona and Jago, and everything. So when I got asked to be part of such an experienced and talented group, really meant a lot. And yeah, this was amazing. And damn you, Throck, for making Lorana basically admit her.
Oh, she hasn't admitted yet. She did. I asked the question. I noticed you didn't answer, and that's gonna come back up.
Well, she revealed the Azamar part.
Yeah.
So I was like, I wonder how far, maybe she'll. No, introduce
That's awesome.
demons to glowing roses and stuff. Oh, that's why you're so good. That's why you're so good. Anyway, that's me.
Set him up, I knock him down. Shane.
Hi. You all, I am Sin. I have been on Hyperdrive previously, as well as some other one-shots on this very channel. Tonight was amazing. This is my first time with the majority of the group. I have played with John before, but nobody else. So this was a lot of fun, and I love playing Caden. He's starting to get more fleshed out as it goes, and I really enjoy the battle banter, so to speak.
Yeah. Cool. And it was great having you here. This is the first time we play together, and I enjoy the hell out of it as well. So I'm really glad you're here. And both of you, actually, welcome to the team. I didn't say anything for Michelle as well, but yeah, I love having you both here as new players. I played with everyone else here in a storytelling role before, and so I love them, but you're new, and I love you too. Chris.
The Chris Herzog. I'm also social media Judo Killer here on Twitch. I had to do it. I love this group so much, and I love the fact that we have new people in this group as well too. I'm just loving tonight. I really like the development of a new character trying to find stride. I've been battling for a long time with wanting to play an intelligence-based character and how I was going to react to it. So it was interesting kind of getting into the groove a little bit today with it. So, and kind of seeing where it's going to go from here. But it was a great game. It was awesome. I'm so glad to be back.
Yay. Me too. Leona.
Hi, my name is Leona. You can find me on Twitter at the Leona Maple. Let's see. I'm a mod in the Discord. I also am the founder of Vibrant Vessel Victorious, our all BIMPOC one-shot series that runs on Saturdays at 2:00. We are not running tomorrow, I believe, but we should be back the Saturday after with the game. I had someone sign up for that. So we will be raising funds for the BailProject there as well. beyond that, tonight was amazing. I don't even know where to begin because it was all so good and so fun, and it was so good to just come back and play and have all of y'all here. So I'm just having a blast.
Yeah. So even from the beginning, this module is significantly better than the last one we were trying to go through. So for those of you who have tried to go through Prince of the Apocalypse, I find it almost impossible, and I've tried twice now. And the second time I was like, I already did it once before, it'll be easy. No, it's terrible. And this is so much more purpose-built for like people and role-playing and not just like slogging and like, it's great. And you all just kind of took it by the reins and went with it, and I love you for it. Tonight was a lot of fun. I was worried we would take like 2 hours to go through all of this, but with all of your banter and character creation or character talking and all of that good stuff, we actually went overtime, and I'm real happy about that, because I was like, I told them at Brick, I'm like, this will go as long as it's gonna go, and I might not let that long. But no, y'all knocked it out of the park, and I love you. So we will be back next Friday. Check us out. Our next game we're going to have on here with No Vibrant Visible Victorious is Waverly Summer 98 tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern, where we will continue raising funds for the Bail Project. You should check that out. If someone types !Bail, that's how you can donate to this incredibly important, especially right now, charity to help folks who have been arrested get past the criminal bail system in this country. So if you can donate, thank you. If you can't, spread the word to people who can, and maybe they can donate either here at one of the other multiple campaigns going on right now. We love you all for hanging out with us tonight, and we are going to go check out Dice Priori.
Dice Priori.
Yeah, Dice Priori.
Yeah.
We're gonna go right Dice Priori. Okay.
I hear be gay, do crime.
Oh, are they being gay and doing crime?
That's what I hear.
Okay, sweet. Yay!
I mean,
So
a good call for anyone.
right? All right. So remember, Black Lives Matter. Be good to each other. Wear your masks. Keep your hands clean. And stay healthy. We love you. Bye.
Bye.
My hands are dirty.